Of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers. Because Telly Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who've used ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
My fellow Americans, R.C. Hill here from R.C. Hill Mitsubishi. I think it's high time we celebrate. To help you relieve stress and start having fun again. It's time to let freedom ride and break free from your old ride. And declare your independence in a nicer, newer car for just $7 down. Have you been feeling put down, fed up, or just plain tired? Then it's time to let freedom ride. So keep your cash and drive a new 23 Outlander for just $7 down. All RC Hill Mitsubishis include a lifetime limited warranty. Even if you've heard no in the past, America is the land of opportunity. And I believe everyone deserves to drive a nicer, newer car today. So kick your old ride to the curb and let freedom ride for just $7 down. But hurry, this celebration ends soon. I'm RC Hill, your car dealer next door. Get free at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
$7 down on Thursday approval. Negative equity may be refinanced. Example, stock number N12354. $7 down, $3.89 per month for 84 months, 3.9 APR.
At Jersey Mike's, watching them freshly slice the meat and cheese for my sub is a sight to behold. The layers of ham, salami, and pepperoni are even more glorious than the pink and orange layers of a sunrise. Yeah, the sun's pretty and all that, but in about 7 billion years, it's going to explode, obliterating the Earth and every living thing on it. And if there's no sun, there's no subs. Meanwhile, the only thing a sub ever obliterated was my hunger. Freshly sliced right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing, a sub above.
When you open your hopper, you don't fill it with just any hardwood pellets, right? You fill it with Kingsford 100% hardwood blend pellets. Made right here in the USA with North American ingredients and a 100% natural hardwood blend, Kingsford pellets can be used on any pellet grill and add delicious smoky flavor to any meal. Kingsford's the name you trust for the low and slow cooking you crave. So look for Kingsford 100% hardwood blend pellets. Kingsford.com.
Look, some choices in life are complicated. Others, thankfully, are much simpler. Like choosing Truist One Checking. There are no overdraft fees, lots of practical perks, and when your life evolves and account balances grow, we'll upgrade your perks automatically. Truist One Checking. One simple choice. Truist Bank. Member FDIC.
Packing for your summer road trip? Leave the travel guide at home and bring the Autio app along for the ride. Autio brings any drive to life with fascinating stories about the places you go, all narrated by expert storytellers. Browse through Autio's more than 10,000 fascinating location-based tales to inspire your travel itinerary and discover unique destinations along the way. Wherever summer takes you, make your next drive an adventure with Autio, the perfect companion for your next road trip. Learn more at autio.com.
If you've been injured in a car accident, call Pound Law from your cell phone. Morgan & Morgan.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you deserve better. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers.
The News Junkie is on.
The three best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day.
The News Junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and C-Lane.
It is Monday, June 12th, 2023. Lots to get to today, from the I-95 collapse to a miracle rescue of little kids in the jungle, and green bubble texts are about to get even worse. plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Hey there, Sabrina.
Hello.
C-Line is out. Hello, Josh.
Hello.
And hello to you. You can join us on the show today. All you have to do is send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com to hit record on your first dispatch right now. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right into the studio in real time. How's everybody doing on a Monday?
I'm Mondaying hard.
You're feeling very Monday right now?
Exhausted.
I saw you getting around out there this weekend.
Yeah, double soccer duty, and Saturday Are you laughing at duty?
No.
Good,
Yes.
Mondays. And on Saturday, it was that massive storm that came through.
It was bad.
I watched the lightning bolt hit the lightning bolt rod right
At the
there at the top of
stadium?
the stadium.
Really?
I'm like, glad we have those.
Yeah, my God.
Game would have been canceled because we're all dead.
It was rough out there, and I'm glad nobody died. That's the outcome that you're always looking for.
How are you doing on a Monday?
You know, just hanging in there a little bit. I've been getting less sleep than I need, but that's neither here nor there. We'll be able to make it through today and have some fun. And we start off, as we always do, let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse. Let's see what's happening in this great, big, wide world of ours. And we go to the world of sports, baby. Yeah, that's right. We are the best at sports around here.
So good.
Nobody knows sports better than we do.
Sometimes.
And so we all know that the Yankees radio announcer for WFAN.
Oh my God, I saw this.
We know it's John Sterling. You saw what happened to this poor guy?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
He has a very distinct voice, and it was very interesting to hear that distinct voice after this particular incident.
You know, there's one thing about this that I was very surprised by, but let's work this in first so everybody can hear what's going on. The Yankees game was in play, was going on. The announcer, as I said, John Sterling, doing his thing, and then...
Now the 3-2 swung on, a pop foul back here.
Oh my God. Right in the face.
He called it, too, and he just watched it as it went towards his face.
It was a fly ball, and it went right into the broadcast studio and popped at John Sterling in the face.
They had like a glass in front of them.
I don't know why they wouldn't. And also, I didn't know.
Now he has to wear a face mask every time he broadcasts.
I didn't know that the booth was where it is. I thought the booth was on the side somewhere, but it was in a different spot, and that's why he just gets drilled by this thing.
Now the 3-2 swung on, a pop foul back here.
Oh, right
on my face.
Ow. It really hit me. I didn't know it was coming back that far. So once again, it'll be a 3-2. And Holmes ready to deal.
He gets right back to work. How impressive is that, man? Yeah. And also,
show me his face today.
Yeah, so he's got to be swollen up, I'm sure. But the one thing that amazed me, and this is very professional of him, I've got to give him credit for this. He just said, ow, ow, ow. When I would have been like, effing, like all of the things. This would have been
the S?
Yeah, my career would have been over in this booth if I would have gotten hit by this foul ball or pop fly that got this guy. And
which just leads me to believe that his lovemaking is much like his broadcasting, much like getting hit in the face with the ball. It's just like, all right, I'm about to climax.
Oh, wow.
Your boobs look good.
So there he goes. He's doing okay, they said, but he did get hit right in the face. He said, I took one for the team. And somebody said, this looks familiar, and they posted another video. It's not the first time he's been hit by a ball during the game. Can we get this man a window? Can we get him something to block the flying balls?
It's funnier to let him get hit.
Just like a mitt.
It's like, I imagine somebody on the team doesn't like him, and they're like, nah, we don't need him. No window. We don't need that. He's going to be okay over there. We watched a bunch of stuff this weekend. I don't know if you guys have gotten into this, but I really dug Based on a True Story, which is the new Kaylee Cuoco show that's out there.
I just put that on the queue.
It's good. It was really, really
True
good.
Crime podcast?
Yeah. It's like the third show I've seen where it centers around them making a podcast, which
it looked fun.
It's very 2023. But the idea here is they find there's a serial killer going on, and they want to one-up all the other crime podcasts by actually having the serial killer on the show to admit to all of his crimes.
Sean's dream.
And yeah, oh my God, that would be an exciting interview right there. And so they go through all of that. And one thing I thought was interesting, they start out pretty early on, and you see Kaylee Cuoco is pregnant. And she was like actually pregnant when they were filming this.
That worked out.
Yeah, and they just kind of like worked it into the show that, she was pregnant. But there's all these scenes where she's having sex, And she did an interview, and she's like, nope, I don't do sex scenes anymore. She's like, no, I'm over that. I don't do sex scenes anymore. And every time that they do that, there's just a body double on set who comes in.
And they had to find a pregnant body double?
Yeah, they had somebody who like put this like contraption on them to make it look like they were the same level of pregnant as her. And then, I mean, it looked real. It looked like it was her. And there's like probably 6-7 sex scenes in the damn series.
Okay, spoiler alert.
All featuring her. And none of these times was it her. She's like, I'm not doing this anymore. She had to.
Unwatchable.
She said, I'm past that. I'm not doing that anymore. And she says, who wants to see that? Well, probably a lot of people want to see that. Not my thing. I'd rather let somebody else do it. And that's what movie magic is for. We don't have to do those things anymore. We can have somebody else do it. We could fake our way through, Kuoko added. She said, do you think Chris Messina played tennis? Please, he was terrible. That's his double. And his character plays tennis in this. Chris Messina is one of these dudes where I'm like, I don't know that name. But when you see his face, you're like, oh, definitely, I know Chris Messina. I've seen him in all kinds of stuff. And he's a really identifiable actor, but just hasn't caught on with being a household name yet. But all of them were good in this, and we watched a bunch of that this weekend.
I did see that first episode of The Idol.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
Was it as bad as people are saying?
It wasn't like bad in what way?
I don't know.
It was very, very sexual.
Yeah, they were saying it was very, very sexual, but sometimes they were saying like there's not enough story to bring it along.
So it's just the first episode that's out now, or at least when I watched it over the weekend. I didn't hate it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there were some parts where I'm like, it's okay, we get it.
Right.
We understand. Yeah, sexualized, and it's The Weeknd, who looks like a creep.
Is that what he's playing in it?
He has like a slick back, like rat tail thing going on. But I can see myself at least watching the next couple episodes until I'm over it.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, there's a bunch of stuff out right now that's been very, very good that we've been watching lately. And I got to tell you, somebody on the News Junkie Discord, which you can get to at thenewsjunkie.com if you want to join the community. It's a fun place over there. It's always going. And somebody this weekend was like, I canceled my Netflix. They said, I canceled my Netflix because Netflix, once they removed the stuff they had from the networks, they just weren't pumping out enough original content for me. And I was trying to think, and I go, well, of course you have Stranger Things, right? That's the Netflix original. But I'm like, what else have they had that's a really big series lately? You? That's on Netflix?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that was on Netflix. So that was pretty big. It wasn't as big in the final or in the last season, I don't think, as it was early on.
Ozark was big.
Ozark was big. That's
Queen's
a little ways
Gambit.
away now. Queen's Gambit, again, a little ways away. Those were both good.
House of Cards when they had it.
Right. I just feel, I don't
Squid
know.
Game.
Right now, it seems like Apple Plus has a lot of good stuff going on. Like
They're putting out some good ones, and then I'm really enjoying what Peacock's bringing to the
Peacock
table.
is a bunch of good stuff. We've been watching tons of stuff on Peacock, and I don't know if maybe they are falling off.
And of course, that new one that you just discovered,
Which
Russian Doll.
Oh, Russian Doll, which, okay, there's 7 episodes of this Russian Doll show that was new to me and old to everybody else. And on episode 6, Courtney's watching with me, and she's going, what's happening here? What's happening with this? And I go, I don't know. And I have no idea.
It all comes together.
It kind of comes together at the end, but it was like such a confusing show that you find yourself going, I don't even know what the hell is happening here. Meanwhile, as Josh just said moments ago, you can't even get on Reddit.com at the moment. The site's not even loaded. And right now they have a revolt going on with...
Is it the users? Or is it the why am I blanking?
The moderators?
Yeah, the moderators, the people that
both.
work for Reddit.
It's both, I guess. Yeah, it's the moderators who have these Reddit communities. And if you don't know the story, they're upset because a lot of the third-party Reddit apps, so not like the official ones or anything, but people making their own Reddit apps or websites, they have been told that it's going to cost an obscene amount of money to continue utilizing their apps, like millions and millions of dollars. One of them, the most popular one, said it's going to cost $20 million a year. So all the subreddits, or at least a lot of the big ones, got together, and today they were going dark, like shutting down everything, privating the subreddits to shut down all of the activity. And I think, as of last night, it was like thousands and thousands of them.
Yeah, and you could still get on there. like 2 hours ago, but as of like right now, all the apps are down, the website's down.
They got to be freaking out over there. When you got this kind of thing going on, you know, all you want to do is kind of keep it together.
Is that still Serena Williams' husband, or he sold the company?
Yeah, he left, I think. Yeah, he was one of the founders of Reddit, and he made some big bank off that, I'm sure. But yeah, they are having a big issue today with a lot of major problems going on. DJ Rage says, was Russian Doll good? The first, 4 episodes were awesome, and then it just gets so confusing. Oh, my God, it's so hard to follow. But at the end, it was good. It was worth watching. And what's her name is so cool. Natasha Lyonne, I mean, come on. She's fantastic.
She's
Whatever
the best,
I'll watch anything she's in with that grovelly voice.
But she, a clip of her went viral over the weekend because I guess she quit smoking cigarettes.
Oh, did she?
And people were like, her voice is not the same.
Oh, it changed?
And they're freaking out because it's not the same Natasha Lyonne because she doesn't have all that mucus built up from her cigarette smoking.
Right.
But then
Are they trying to shame her into going back to smoking?
Did you watch Poker Face, the Peacock one?
Yeah.
She was smoking a bunch in that. So, I always wonder, just by quitting smoking in a real life, if you have roles in which you're chiefing every single scene.
And she does a lot.
I mean,
Russian Doll, too.
How do you quit after
I don't
that?
know. In Russian Doll, she was smoking half of the scenes. It was big part of her character, and her character's arc was to smoke in a lot of these scenes. We're going to get started with you full force when we come back. Your dispatches are already rolling in. If you'd like to join us, all you have to do is go to thenewsjunkie.com. You'll see where you can record a dispatch to send it to us, no matter where you're listening to the show today. And when we come back, this was crazy this weekend. I-95, one of the biggest interstates in the United States of America, had this huge collapse in the Philly area. And my favorite part of it was they found the most Philly guy in all of Philly to do one of the interviews.
Smith?
Oh, God. This guy is great, and he's very much like a real character who could have been on Always Sunny in Philadelphia or something. Wait till you hear this guy. He's coming up next on the News Junkie.
You're listening to Real Radio 104.1. Online at realradio.fm. On your phone with the free iHeartRadio app. And on hundreds of devices like Alexa, Google Home, Xbox, and Sonos. We are an iHeartRadio station.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Hey, what's happening? Hopefully your week is off to a great start on this Monday. And right now, on the major highways and roads of Orlando, we are seeing your usual delays on I-4. That is, of course, east and westbound, approaching State Road 535. And at this time, eastbound before Osceola Parkway, there is a disabled vehicle on the left shoulder, but you are going to feel those delays regardless of that. Thankfully, north and southbound lanes of the turnpike are clear, and the other highways too. Our Safe Touch security line is 866-676-8477. I'm Brian Black with your report.
This report is sponsored by ePass.
The Portable Uni by ePass. Now available in black. A toll pass that blends into your windshield. Finally. And Uni works on toll roads in 19 states. The Portable Uni by ePass. Get yours today on Amazon or go with uni.com.
Oh, man, was it hot this weekend. It was 99 on the dashboard as Courtney and I were driving around. And I am just so thankful that we have Mills Air behind us. So we know when we come home, the house is going to be nice and cool and we can relax and escape that heat that's outside for the Florida summer. You live in Central Florida too, some of you, and if you have issues with your AC, you need somebody you can trust, somebody you can rely on. Mills Air is the best of the best. They've been in business since 1992, over 30 years. That's over 30 years that they've been keeping Central Florida cool and helping out people just like you. Their techs can service any brand out there. And if you want to save some money on your power bill and upgrade, they're a Carrier factory authorized dealer. They can get you really big rebates over there at Mills Air toward a brand new Carrier unit. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you can always turn to family-owned and operated Mills Air. Here is their phone number, 407-277-1159. And if you get that, go over to visit them online at millsair.com.
This September, our iHeartRadio Music Festival is coming back to Las Vegas.
September 22nd and 23rd at T-Mobile Arena.
Streaming live only on Hulu. Tickets go on sale Friday, June 16th at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific. But starting Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern, Capital One cardholders can score tickets and other awesome experiences before anyone else for 48 hours only or while pre-sale tickets last.
Visit iHeartRadio.com/Capital One for more pre-sale details.
What's in your wallet?
I'm back.
And look at all the fresh from Florida produce I brought home.
Fresh from Florida produce is fresh as fresh can get.
It's refreshing to know that locally grown fresh from Florida produce is available year-round.
Well, that's a breath of fresh air.
Look for Fresh from Florida where you shop.
A small roof leak can lead to a big problem if not repaired. Call the professionals at Skylight Roofing for all your roofing needs. 407-430-ROOF. Get your free roof inspection, skylightroofing.com. Roof with us.
So, you finally have some time to yourself. Even if it is just the car ride home, it's you time. And look at you. Do not disturb set before you even got in the car? Impressive. You've earned this moment to just chill and drive. This break is brought to you by Target Zero and the Florida Department of Transportation.
Jesse Kelly here. I'm not a financial expert, but I do look for solid investment opportunities for investment growth and protection against loss. I do know that putting all your eggs in one basket is not a good financial plan. Securing your IRA or 401k with real gold and silver with Oxford Gold is as easy as 1, 2, 3. Or you can buy precious metals and keep them in your safe. One app, one call, and you pick your precious metals. That's 833-404-GOLD. That's 833-404-GOLD.
The internet can be an all-you-can-eat buffet for identity thieves.
So full.
Too many maiden names.
And social security numbers.
Where'd you find those?
By the password bar. Can't miss them.
LifeLock alerts you to identity threats you could miss by monitoring your credit and bank statements. If your identity is stolen, a dedicated U.S.-based restoration specialist will work to fix it. No one can prevent all identity theft, but everyone can save up to 25% off their first year with promo code NEWS. Go to LifeLock.com.
WORK Work News Radio. Next up, incidents of pressing all the elevator buttons unexpectedly spike on Bring Your Kid to Work Day. But first, the latest on a team lunch that wasn't ordered through EasyCater.
I'm in the break room where lunch that was previously announced on the way has now been downgraded to hopefully soon.
Fingers crossed, Michelle. Fingers crossed.
Newsflash, it's hard when the food is late, but at EasyCater, we make hard easy. With food for work delivered on time and is ordered from over 100,000 restaurants. Order 24/7 at EasyCater.com.
With the Autio app riding shotgun, every road trip is an adventure.
Autio is my traveling companion. It's educational, entertaining, funny. It makes the drive come to life.
The Autio app automatically plays you stories about the natural wonders, local legends, and fascinating histories outside your car window, with over 10,000 unique stories from coast to coast.
I've learned more about my hometown from the Autio app than I did growing up here.
Autio, the perfect companion for your next road trip. Learn more at autio.com.
Orlando attorney Mo DeWitt, sung by a non-attorney spokesperson.
If you're a Dunkin' Rewards member, you can get a $3 medium Dunkin' Refresher every day all month long. Not a member? Join on the app. Limit 1 per member per day. Additional charges and terms may apply. Exclusions may apply. Participation may vary. Limited time offer.
When you open your hopper, you don't fill it with just any hardwood pellets, right? You fill it with Kingsford 100% hardwood blend pellets. Made right here in the USA with North American ingredients and a 100% natural hardwood blend, Kingsford pellets can be used on any pellet grill and add delicious smoky flavor to any meal. Kingsford's the name you trust for the low and slow cooking you crave. So look for Kingsford 100% hardwood blend pellets. Kingsford.com.
Let the professionals at Fence Outlet save you time and money. We handle everything from the free estimate to the install. We do it all, and you get 0% financing. So come into Fence Outlet or visit fenceoutlet.com today. License number C-10252 and C-10803.
Pool season is here, but open roles got you underwater? Check out Indeed. Their powerful hiring platform makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Heard of the job? Dial pound 529 on your cell. Pound law, that's all.
There was a portion of one of the busiest interstates in all of the United States of America that just dropped. It just fell down in Philadelphia. I'm talking like a big-ass piece of I-95 just fell. And the reason was, I guess...
We're having some structure issues the last couple years, man.
Yeah, I mean, look, this might have been unavoidable because of what happened, but they said, like, a tanker truck that was carrying all this flammable stuff crashed underneath I-95, like it was an overpass area. And so the tanker truck's like underneath the interstate, and it's just roaring in flames. And so all of that heat is in there like a barbecue grill, and eventually it just like melted the road.
It's fine.
Yeah, it just collapsed completely.
Extremely terrifying.
And it was wild looking. There was even people just before the collapse who were driving over the I-95 overpass. Like they were on the road and filming themselves, and they had they hadn't shut it down yet, even though people were going, should we really do this? And I don't think anybody was injured or anything, but God, it could have been a really bad thing if anybody was on that road when the road gave way. Not only are you falling and is the road collapsing, but more so than that, you're also like in a big giant fire pit now. So they try to like drive by it real fast. Oh my God! In this part, the flames are going over the road and hitting the vehicles.
That doesn't even look real.
It looks like something out of a movie, and just absolutely frightening. But everybody was okay there. They just got a huge portion of I-95 in Philadelphia that's all screwed up. And my favorite part about this is this guy that's going viral. It says, a neighbor in Northeast Philly describes what it was like to wake up to confusion just outside his door after a portion of I-95 collapsed a few blocks from him. And you just, even if you look at him, he's the most Philly guy I've ever seen in my life.
Hey.
He's got the mustache. He's got the beard. And
hey, you guys.
In the interview, like, everything is so Philly about him. And so people are kind of falling in love with this guy today. Listen to him. Hear information about what's happening.
No, it's just, I was passed out and
all the
smelled smoke and
So, yeah,
it's adding nothing to this news story, but I was passed out, man, when that happened. Straight out of central casting for It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and this guy has become the focus of what's happening here. Again, thankfully, nobody got hurt there because that could have been really, really bad. And already they got a bunch of problems with, cleaning up this mess and getting things fixed and ready to go for people to drive back on an obviously very, very busy road. Oh, let's check in with you for the first time this week. Let's see what's going on out there. We got New York City dentist chiming in. It says Sabrina's #1 fan.
Ooh.
We'll see about that.
Wait to see my
Hi,
teeth.
Junkie. My name's Kira. I'm 6 years old. I love you, Sabrina.
Oh, that was sweet.
Love you too.
It sounds like she was like across the room.
You telling me that kid's a dentist?
I don't believe it. I don't think so.
Here's sweet.
Brandy chiming in.
Hey guys, happy Monday through Sunday.
You too.
So, I am a liquor salesman that lives in Jacksonville, Florida. I'm 30 minutes from Kingsland, Georgia. My territory spans all the way down to St. Augustine, and last week I went to St. Augustine twice.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have bad air quality here, y'all.
Nice.
I don't know what the news is talking about, but
Why?
it certainly does not look like New York, I can tell you that much. Air quality seems fine. It's been raining a lot the last few days. Maybe that's why. Yay for us, I guess.
All right.
I don't know.
Congrats.
Sorry, New Yorkers. We are not sharing in your pain. I'll let you guys know if anything changes. See ya.
It looks like it's all cleared up. For the most part, it looks like people aren't having to deal with that anymore.
I didn't see any smog in Sea Lane's pics.
No, it looked fine. Looked like it was nice outside, decent day. It just had to all blow away and kind of dissipate because there was so much of that smoke thanks to Canada. This weekend, Courtney and I were like, you know what?
What?
We got this big 4th of July break coming up here where we got a handful of days off for the 4th of July because it lands on like a weird day. It doesn't land on like Wednesday or something?
On Tuesday.
Tuesday. It lands on Tuesday, so you can get like Monday and Tuesday or whatever. And so we're talking about this, and we're like, let's do something. Let's take a little trip or whatever. And we're trying to figure out where we're going to go. And we started looking at the Keys in Key West because I've never been to the Keys.
You haven't?
No, I've never been to Key West, never been to the Keys.
Wow.
It's a good time.
And it's surprising because I grew up in South Florida. I just never ended up going down
all
there.
the time. I mean, Key Largo especially because that's the closer one.
Mm-hmm.
And then Key West, It's a hell of a time, my friend.
It's a long drive, though.
It is.
If you don't get in there some other way.
Take the ferry.
I know. That's what a lot of people were saying. They're like, take this ferry that goes there. And so, like, all right, we're looking into that. The ferry doesn't operate on the day we wanted to come back, unfortunately, so that might be scratched out.
Can't you fly there?
You can. The flights are pretty pricey, though. For the both of
you're
us
really rich.
to go there, it was like well over $1,000 for the flight. And
That's
then
a lot of money.
the hotels. Oh my God, hotels are so expensive right now.
You know what you have to probably do?
What?
You might have to Airbnb it.
I might have to, because the hotel, we're like, this is a decent hotel. $550 a night. Oh my God, that's for
get both the flight and the hotel, and then bring some sandwiches because you guys aren't going to be doing anything.
Right, it's a little pricey.
Your credit card.
I might need to just get a loan out or something to pay for a trip to friggin' the Keys and go to a hotel that's not full of rats and mice and all those things. Because that I thought was very surprisingly expensive. $550 a night. You're doing it for like 4 or 5 nights. It starts to climb up.
Adds up.
$4,000, $5,000 to go to the Keys for a handful of days.
Go to Philadelphia.
I might need to. I'm going to go to Philly.
Passed out. I had no ideas.
I'll go hang out with that guy. I'll be cool with that.
Frickin' bridge collapsed.
Let's go over to Twink with a dispatch.
Hello, junkies.
Hey.
Hey, man. There's no way fire can melt concrete and steel like that. I think the I-95 collapse was an inside job.
I don't know about that. I think maybe it just literally caught on fire.
Bush did 95.
Yeah, I think this one doesn't need a conspiracy. Though it'll probably get one just because that's the way it works. Yeah, we were looking at Puerto Rico, too, and the hotel that we usually go to in Puerto Rico and San Juan was, I think, $650 a night.
I mean, you're also going on one of the most popular traveling holidays.
I know, that's what it is. It's like they utilize these days to kind of jack up the prices even more. So.
Have you considered a staycation? There's a lot of great places around here where, I mean, considering that you kind of just stay within a 2-mile radius, go to like Wakaiva.
I'll have you know I went way further than 2 miles this weekend.
Where'd you go? Universal?
No, we didn't go to Universal. We went to a food truck thing. I don't know where we were because I don't know those kinds of things.
I think that was like 3 miles from here.
Maybe right around there, probably.
Was it in the Milk District?
No.
Okay.
It was over by where Santiago's Bodega and that stuff is.
Okay. That's not far at all, Sean.
It's further than a mile. Further
takes
than
10
2 miles
minutes to get there.
It doesn't take very long to get there. And then you know what? We went into that place. I don't know. You guys have probably both been there. There's a new place right there where there's an apartment building, and you go in and there's like
a la carte.
Yeah, but it's called something on the Hill or something.
Oh, the Hall on the Yard.
Hall on the Yard. Okay, Hall on the Yard. We go to Hall on the Yard, and we walk in there, and I look around, and I'm like, oh, everybody's really young in here. And we walk we walk up. It's like a young community right next to this place, and it has all these restaurants you could choose from. And I'm like, I think I might be the oldest guy here. And then we didn't know how it worked.
Didn't you say that at the Grandson concert?
Yes, yeah. This was a very similar feeling, and so I'm looking around. Everybody's kind of dressed up and stuff, and we walk around because we didn't know how it worked. We didn't know like you sit down and then you could like order from any of the many restaurants.
It's like full service food hall or whatever.
Yeah, basically, yeah. And so we didn't know that, so we walked around all the restaurants first, and then we go, oh, we need to get seated, and we walked up to the front desk, and Courtney goes, can we get a table for 2? And the lady's like, I don't know. Wait, what? And she goes, I don't know. And we're like, oh, okay. And so we like leaned on the wall next to where the entrance is, and all kinds of other people walked in, and they went to their tables and they sat down, and then we're like, hey.
She was messing with you?
I don't know. But then we went back over and we said, can we get a table for 2? And she said, it's going to be about an hour. And there was like tables all over the place. And I said,
let's take the initiative here.
I said, I'm too old. That's what they don't,
yeah.
They don't want
She's
me.
like, let me hold the olds off while the youngs come in.
Let me get this guy out of here. And it was like the worst customer service I've ever received in my entire life. And so he said, all right, let's get the hell out of here.
So you didn't even eat anything?
No, we went to the place across the street.
Russell's?
No. The place where the truck ran into it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they're nice. 0
trucks ran into it, and they were glorious
Good
over there.
times.
They were very, very nice. Here is Chuckles talking about 4th of July savings. Okay, we'll get to him in just a moment here. You can join us, too, on the show. Send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com to do that, just like Chuckles.
Sean, man, save you some money. Instead of doing a plane or ferry, down to Key West or whatever, if you just get on the couch and close your eyes and pretend like you're there,
that'll save money.
Or get drunk enough until you think you're there. Either way, win.
Yeah, that would save money, but we actually want to get out of the house.
That was really bad advice.
We want to get beyond the 2-mile radius, and we're trying. We're doing the best
4
we can.
miles away and get too drunk.
And then I don't know where I am. I get lost. I need to come back home.
We're too old.
I'm getting rejected from places because I'm too old. I'm only 42. What the hell's happening here? I'm a PC with the dispatch.
Hey, News Junkie. I was curious if I could get some magnets today to go down to Miami because I'm going to Miami this week for work. And I'll just post them everywhere. Let me know if that's doable.
Sorry, it's a hard no. But have fun in Miami. Get your work done. Do your thing. Be safe out there. I should have known that we weren't going to get any help when we walked into that place, the restaurant place. Because, and this is going to come down on a particular portion of our audience. You know who you are, and I'm sorry if this hits you right in the feels. But when I go up to somebody who is working anywhere, and I see that they have like 6-inch fingernails on their hand, I'm like, I'm not going to get a lot of help from this person.
Okay, that is extremely judgmental.
Somebody who lives a life where they can have like, I'm talking 6-inch fingernails coming off
very
the end
popular.
you can't do anything. You can't.
I'll
you're
tell you,
barely functional as a human being.
And they're definitely straight. That's not a lesbian.
Yeah.
Maybe a pillow
That
princess.
would be a dangerous place to go if that was the case.
Been there, done that. It was awful.
Whenever I see that, I'm like, this person is not going to be super helpful to me. I don't even know how they go to the bathroom.
Well, a nice back tickle.
Oh, yeah. It's glorious.
Long nails.
That would be the perfect job for these folks. I just don't know how they do anything else.
Speaking of Miami, you know that there's a company. Well, I guess it's two women that started this company where you just go get a nice scratch, essentially.
That's it?
Yeah.
It's not like a massage or anything?
No, they were like, go and get into your head and your back and your feet if you want. I'm like, it sounds incredible.
You know who wants that 1,000%? Courtney.
All day.
She goes nuts for that. And
it's the best.
And then she'll ask me to do it, and I'll be like, no.
You're probably really bad at it.
Probably, yeah. Like,
you don't have 6-inch nails.
I know, I don't. I don't have any nails. I can't do
but
anything
it's a
over
light
here.
fingertip touch then.
I do my best. I do that thing, when you were a little kid. Maybe you guys aren't old enough for this. But you used to do
Crack a
this.
nail on your hair, let the yolk drip down.
Yeah, and you do the knives coming down the back or whatever. I try to do that, and it does it. It's not
She's
as
like,
successful.
okay, stop. Never mind.
She's like, you're screwing this whole thing up.
I'm sorry I asked.
This weekend, a university professor who spent 100 days straight living underwater at a Florida Keys lodge for scuba
I forgot
divers.
about that guy.
Yeah, he's been down there for a while. He finally just raised his face to the sun for the first time since March 1st.
How pruny is he?
He must be pretty excited to be above water. He was submerged beneath 30 feet of water in a Key Largo lagoon. And he said it was never about the record. It was about extending human tolerance for the underwater world and for an isolated, confined, extreme environment. Why do you want to do that to yourself, sir?
But then what are you proving? Like, yeah, you could do it, and then what?
Yeah, it's you're able to do it. Congratulations. You spent 100 days underwater doing nothing. And he's got the Guinness World Record now. So he also goes by the moniker
That's the reason.
Dr. Deep Sea, which I am not going to call him.
That's why he did it.
Yeah,
he wanted to be Dr. Deep Sea.
I'm not going to do that. Sorry. 3 months and 9 days spent underwater. He had some daily experiments and measurements he was doing to monitor how his body responded to the increase in pressure over time. No, thank you. Better him than me. When we come back, we're going to talk about this unbelievable story about these 3 kids, little kids, that were found after 40 days in the Colombian jungle.
Dude, that picture is so weird.
That is wild. And they survived a plane crash, and then they survived for 40 days in a Colombian jungle. And their story is wild. And you're going to have to hear, you're going to want to hear this. You're not going to have to hear it.
No, you have to.
You're
Contractually
required by
obligated.
law to hear this. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
In a world of ever-changing algorithms, you can still find us here. Real Radio 104.1 on Facebook. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro with a look at your Central Florida forecast. Afternoon highs today will be reaching the low to mid 90s. A hot and humid day with feels like temperatures soaring to the triple digits. Make sure you're staying hydrated and taking breaks inside the AC this afternoon. There is a 20% chance for a few isolated showers, mainly after 5 p.m., and we are hot and humid yet again for your Tuesday. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro.
This report is sponsored by Fontainebleau's Summer Paradise Getaway.
Fontainebleau Miami Beach is your summer paradise getaway. Taste incredible food from 8 casual and fine dining restaurants. Unwind and renew at Lapis Spa. Float among 11 pools just steps from the ocean. Or spend an out-of-the-ordinary night at Live Nightclub. Book now at FountainBleu.com.
Don't miss the boat, my friends. Compare your quote today with that mortgage guy, Don. That mortgage guy, Don, president of Happy Home Mortgage Brokerage and host of the Home Loans Radio Show. He is here for you. He has been here for a lot of people. He has over 250 5-star Google reviews and 1,100 reviews at experience.com. So it's very safe to say that Don knows what he's doing. And I could say with full confidence that he has your best interest in mind. He's going to treat you like a human, like an actual person, a friend, and not just a number like the other mortgage companies would. Now, chances are very high that you're leaving money on the table. So get the money off the table and back in your hands where it belongs. Get a free fast quote review at thatmortgageguyDon.com. Hit the compare button, and Don's going to review your quote today. If you want to see a difference, go to the website. It is chock full of information for you, very easy to navigate through. And any question you have direct access to the expert himself. So start the process today with someone who has your best interest in mind by going to thatmortgageguyDon.com.
At Wells Fargo, if you accidentally overdraw your account, we give you an extra day grace period to avoid the overdraft fee. What if everything came with an extra day?
Sunday night and I have the Sunday scaries.
Honey, don't be scared. Every weekend comes with an extra day now.
All right. TGI Sunday.
It helps to have an extra day. When it comes to overdrafts, you can with Wells Fargo.
Visit wellsfargo.com/getextra to learn more. Terms and conditions apply. Subject to timing requirements and the bank's funds availability policy. Wells Fargo Bank N.A. member FDIC.
Quitting nicotine isn't easy, which is why Tobacco Free Florida offers free tools and services like free 2-week starter kits of quit aids. We're also trying out music to help motivate smokers to quit.
Not another cigarette would be late. Now there's someone living tobacco free. It's you.
Wow. Okay. Maybe we'll just stick to the ways we know work. Visit tobaccofreeflorida.com or call 1-877-YOU-CAN-NOW for free nicotine patches.
This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. Dads, this Father's Day, Cordell & Cordell celebrates you the entire month of June. Join us every Friday for our live webinar series, Father's Fridays. There you'll receive much useful information from our panel of speakers. To register, go to CordellCordell.com/Father's Day.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Orlando area attorneys. Office in Orlando. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only. CordellCordell.com.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go. Shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit notimetowait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
GiveMeTheVIN.com created the computer site Unseen Bid. All these copycats, they take your information and they sell it to 3, 4, 5, 6 other dealers. We do not do that. When you go to GiveMeTheVIN.com, we treat you like a customer, not a number. We pay the most, we pay fast, and we take care of you because you're our customer. And that's why our reviews are awesome. GiveMeTheVIN.com is America's best car buyer for a reason.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVIN.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Want to improve your marksmanship while saving ammo and saving money? Get better faster with the Mantis X Dry Fire Training System.
It's time to shoot tighter groups.
The Mantis X Dry Fire Training System.
Score 97, bang on the money.
The Mantis X is a smart sensor that fits any weapon with a rail or adapter, pairing to your smartphone or tablet. Analyzes your shooting and tells you how to improve.
Mantis.
94% of shooters improve after just 20 minutes.
X.
Go to MantisX.com.
MantisX.com.
At SimpliSafe, we design award-winning security to protect every inch of your home. It's easy to set up yourself, and now there's an even easier option. Have an expert do it for you with SimpliSafe Pro Install. Always protecting, never a contract. 2 easy installation options. Backed by 24/7 professional monitoring for less than $1 a day. Get 20% off any new system with Fast Protect monitoring at simplysafe.com/radio. There's no safe like SimpliSafe.
Hey shoppers, this is your local farmer letting you know that Florida watermelon is in season right now. Look for the Sunny Fresh from Florida logo while you shop. We're going to need a lot more help at checkout.
From the Florida Department of Agriculture.
This earful of Real Radio is sponsored by Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
Real Radio 104.1.
Jungle in Colombia, and the kids had survived a plane crash. One of their parents died. I guess that's like the first words the kids said to the rescuers. They said, "My mom died," and it's like, "Oh man, Jesus!" But so
40 days ago,
40 days the plane crashed ago, and after 40 days, they were finally rescued in this jungle in Colombia, and they survived. And it's a 13-year-old, a 9-year-old, a 4-year-old, and a 1-year-old. So that 13-year-old obviously had to like keep all this together.
What do you even
I don't know.
feed them?
I mean, they must have had some experience beyond me. I could not have survived for 4 days, much less 40 days.
I think, a solid 12 hours and you would be dead.
The jungle, yeah. The mosquitoes biting me and stuff. I'll say, you know what? I might as well just end it.
Where do we sit? Table for two, please?
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to make it through this. I know my limits, and this is one of them. And a question to all the parents out there, right? The parents listening to this. Do you think your children could survive in this situation? If they were in the jungle alone for 40 days,
you're all gonna die.
Could your kids, could they make it as far as these 4 kids did, 40 days in the jungle? They said there was like snakes, jaguars, mosquitoes, all kinds of different things that were getting at them. They battled the elements and fought their way through 40 days. A 13-year-old, a 9-year-old, a 4-year-old, and a 1-year-old. And they said it's because they were from one of these tribes that's indigenous to the area.
Wait, they're from a tribe, but they were in a plane crash?
Yeah. It was like one of the...
Where were they headed?
One of the leaders of the tribe was on the plane. I don't know where they were going, actually. I don't know if it says that in here. But they said, Huitoro people learn hunting, fishing, and gathering from an early age. We learned that in the United States, if you teach your daughter how to gut a fish, people will shame you for that and say that you've done something wrong.
Damn right.
Over there, they're like, get a spear, let's get to work. And they said their grandfather taught them all of this stuff, and they would regularly play things like survival games to show the kids what was poisonous, what you can eat, what you can't eat, how to take care of a baby, which they needed in this situation. And they survived for these 40 days. And these little kids, when they found them, I mean, they're just like out here in the middle of it. And they grabbed these kids. Obviously, they had lost quite a bit of weight during the ordeal, and they had been bit up by mosquitoes just hanging out in the rainforest. But it's insane that they were able to survive this.
You have to pull up that picture because you have...
This one?
Yeah, the 1-year-old being held in the back.
Yep.
But then dude in the front, why are you holding that kid like that?
I don't know. He's got his head like it's on display.
Like, look what we caught.
He's got...
It looks like a game, like a big game hunting picture.
He's got his hand
so weird.
under the little kid's chin as if to display his head to the world. Like, here he is. This is a kid right here.
And it's just the head because the rest of the body's in a trash bag.
Right. Yeah. I don't
all very confusing.
That's like a shock thing or something. I don't know what that is for them. But, yeah, they survived. And I don't think most American children are not good at surviving. They are so spoiled. We are so spoiled as Americans that we don't know what it's like to live without any of these
Speak for yourself.
things.
I could survive in the wild.
40 days?
Yes.
In the jungle? You
Yes.
guys are dead. Both of you are dead.
That bite your tongue because
Do you even know the things you're supposed to eat and not eat?
Yes.
How?
research.
You've done the research. What's you're able to eat and what not to eat in a Colombian jungle?
How many TV and movies I've seen about surviving in the wild?
Here you go. Welcome to being on the spot. Then name me the fruits that you can eat in the Colombian jungle.
Berries. Watermelon, bananas.
Is there watermelon in the Colombian jungle?
So in order to survive, I need to know the exact names.
You need to know which ones you can eat and not eat.
Right.
How do you know which ones you can eat?
If it's red, you're dead.
No, it's not.
If it's black, eat it, Jack.
That's a coral snake. That doesn't work the same way.
It makes sense for berries,
I could spear a fish.
Mm-hmm.
I can start a fire.
Okay. Yeah, we're still a little loose on that fire thing. But
I'll do it right now.
Okay.
Why are you being like?
I'm just
you know
saying.
what? Talk like this, and if we both get stranded for some reason, then I'm not helping you out.
I don't expect you to. I'm dead.
Of course I will.
I know I'm dead. I'm the only one in this room.
If I can hold over your head that I saved your life in the wild,
you're gonna drag me through this?
Yes, for the rest of your life.
That'd be awesome.
Hey, Sean, I gotta leave early. Remember when I saved your life in the jungle?
Abraham on Twitch says, not to take anything away from their experience, but these kids with their grandfather rather, got a lot of jungle survival experience for some reason. Okay. Yeah, of course.
Are you listening to the show?
That's what I was reading. They had a lot of experience that they got, and that's what helped them out. They knew what to eat and what not to eat, unlike Sabrina. And they survived for 40 days in the Colombian jungle. I think there's like 5 kids in America that could survive that. There's like 5 kids that would be alive.
In the middle of nowhere?
In Colombian jungle territory, you have a lot of stuff to... I don't even know half the things that you have to look out for.
That's on you, dog.
There's jaguars that are going to try to kill you.
A couple of those, some cartel guys,
mosquitoes. Yeah, cartels could be out there. Snakes. You got all the things. And they said rescuers initially feared the worst, but they followed footprints and partially eaten wild fruit and other clues, and they tracked down the children. And there they were. They battled for 6 weeks through the elements, and their story is all over the place today. Good Morning America was talking about this. Everybody was talking about this morning. Here's a sample.
The new details on that remarkable story of survival. 4 young children found alive in a Colombian jungle 40 days after a small plane crash. ABC's Rena Roy has more.
It's just amazing. That's a long time.
This morning, new video from a story that's almost hard to believe. 4 young children now in a Colombian hospital after somehow surviving on their own in the Amazon jungle for a staggering 40 days.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy that it took them 40 days to find them as well.
Because they gave up.
Yeah, they must have at some point.
This was not a search and rescue team. They just happened to be going through and saw the kids.
Oh, were they really?
I'm getting the vibe after 40 days.
I know that they blew this up everywhere in the media in Colombia. And look, they put them in like some little Mickey Mouse pajamas.
Siblings ranging in age from just 1 to 13 years old, now recovering, weak but in good condition. Colombia's President Gustavo Petro and others visiting the survivors at the hospital.
Damn. Famous now.
Rescue teams finding them deep in the rainforest.
People love stories like this. They love stories like this. One that sticks in my mind that you guys will not remember because you were too young at the time. All right? You don't remember the Baby Jessica saga.
You're just old.
The Baby Jessica saga was like the biggest deal in the world. Oh my God, was it that? I thought it was in the 80s.
You tell us, old man.
I don't know. Look up Baby Jessica because
where were you?
She got stuck in a well, and the whole world is like live cameras on this well. When was it?
Oh, no, 87.
Okay.
I wasn't even alive.
I was 6 years old, and I remember this as clear as day because everybody was watching this.
It was, she was 18 months, and then it took 56 hours.
Yep.
For them to free her from the 8-inch well casing that was 22 feet below.
Yep, they had to like go down deep and like cut all this stuff to work her out and get her back to the surface.
And now she's 37.
Is she really?
Yeah.
My God.
Doesn't go anywhere near wells.
I wouldn't either. I would stay far, far away if I was Baby Jessica. I know there was a story, and I believe it was a fake one, years after, like maybe in the early 2000s, and it was like Baby Jessica now is an adult film star or something all these years after being stuck in the well, and they had like a photo of her and it's like some different person that they used, but
no, same one.
That's the one that they really when you look back, that the story blew up so big. People love these things. Remember somebody says Elian Gonzalez. That was a huge one too.
I do remember that.
That was a big saga.
That was right in my backyard.
And then you had the weird ass photo of Elian Gonzalez in the closet when they found him. Remember that?
Oh yeah.
He was like sitting in the closet.
They were he was getting ripped out of his father, or what was his mother's arm? Maybe his uncle.
I forgot.
And then the was it like, it wasn't a cop, it was like military.
Yeah.
It's a wild photo.
Here it is.
And I love that throughout that they had a professional photographer to take that picture.
Somebody front row is a dude with a assault rifle yanks little Elian Gonzalez out of the closet.
That one to the left in the search
Oh my
results.
God. What is that?
Michael Jackson with Elian Gonzalez. I think that's Photoshop. Something tells me
No, I think that happened.
I don't know if that
going
was
back to
real or
Cuba.
not. That was a whole thing. People love those stories. They love the one where and I say love, like, people enjoy following these stories. But in the case of the kids that were stuck in that cave, they were stuck in the cave for a while, and everybody started to watch
the soccer team or whatever.
Yeah. And the big secret there, I think someone must have died, but the big secret there with these soccer player kids that got stuck in the cave was they didn't say it to anybody, but they were drugging them the whole time.
Oh yeah,
They
that's
were
right.
like
That's what it was.
drugging the kids so they weren't freaking out and panicking. And
if I'm going to be stuck in a cave,
might as well
give
be
me
high.
the drugs.
Might as well be high. Let's go over to one dispatch.
They put it in
real
a piece
quick.
of ham or something?
Not sure. Here's Dementos. Oh, hang on. This is coming in right now. Dementos with the dispatch, and you can send one just like Dementos over at thenewsjunkie.com.
Hey, what's going on, News Junkies? Hey, those kids that got lost in the jungle, I was listening to a report this morning, and the natives that were helping the army look for those kids in the woods, they said that they got so frustrated looking for them that they resorted to drinking some sort of psychedelic drink that they use over there to try and have visions to find the kids and stuff.
Is that right?
That's pretty wild.
Well, I mean,
I thought it was
come
crazy.
On. Don't make it like the weird Colombians did this weird. You know what we do? Sometimes there's still law enforcement that goes to psychics every once in a while. And they'll be like, hey, where's the missing kid?
And they have a great track record of getting it right every time.
100% accurate. One more. Here's Hot Summer Days, Sexy Cancun Nights with a dispatch. Hello.
Hey, good morning, junkies.
There you are.
I just want to say thank you so much for bringing up that website, the Florida Hidden Treasure. Apparently,
Florida Treasure.
The job I stuck my middle finger up at and just walked out actually paid me. I didn't think that was going to happen. $739, right?
Nice.
I'm actually trying to move right now, so yeah, it comes in clutch. Thank you guys so much.
Can we have some?
Yeah, send us a little bit, just a nibble of that if you don't mind. When we come back, our friend Amy Caulfield from Fox 35, she will be joining us next on the show. We'll see what's going on out there. Plus, a lot of stuff that happened this weekend that you may have missed. That's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
Seeking attention in unhealthy ways way before the internet turned it into a six-figure career. Yeah, that's a weird thing to brag about, but proof is in the pudding. And alimony checks. It's the 30th anniversary of Real Radio 104.1. Thanks, because we couldn't have done it without you.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Hey, what's happening? Hopefully your week is off to a great start on this Monday. And right now on the major highways and roads of Orlando, still seeing those usual delays. I-4 east and westbound approaching State Road 535. Also, that disabled vehicle is still on the left shoulder. Eastbound on I-4 approaching Osceola Parkway. And take note, there is an incident also reported, and that's in Lake County, US 27 southbound, just after Washington Street approaching Colonial Drive. Our Safe Touch security line is 866-676-8477. I'm Brian Black with your report.
This report is sponsored by Fresh from Florida.
Welcome back. Dave and Herb here, and we're talking fresh.
Fresh from Florida, that is.
There's tomatoes, broccoli, watermelon.
You're just putting fra in front of produce.
As in fresh from Florida.
You don't need to make up words. Friends, visit followfreshfromflorida.com to see what's in season.
From the Florida Department of Agriculture.
Fence Outlet has the largest selection of fencing options in the state with over 400,000 square feet of showroom and warehouse space. Get 0% financing for 12 months for your gorgeous new fence. Book your appointment online today. Go to fenceoutlet.com. License number C-10252 and C-10803.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change-outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Hey shoppers, this is your local farmer letting you know that Florida watermelon is in season and available in the produce section right now. Whoa, hey, careful now. There's plenty of juicy watermelon and other tasty Florida-grown produce for everyone. I mean, all you have to do is ask for Fresh from Florida or look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo while you shop. We're going to need a lot more help at checkout.
Look, some choices in life are complicated. Others, thankfully, are much simpler. Like choosing Truist One Checking. There are no overdraft fees, lots of practical perks, and when your life evolves and account balances grow, we'll upgrade your perks automatically. Truist One Checking. One simple choice. Truist Bank. Member FDIC.
With the Autio app riding shotgun, every road trip is an adventure.
Autio is my traveling companion. It's educational, entertaining, funny. It makes the drive come to life.
The Autio app automatically plays you stories about the natural wonders, local legends, and fascinating histories outside your car window, with over 10,000 unique stories from coast to coast.
I've learned more about my hometown from the Autio app than I did growing up here.
Autio, the perfect companion for your next road trip. Learn more at autio.com.
Life is full of ifs. If you see potential in every day, if you push for that promotion, and even bigger ifs like if you say, I do. If you can cash flow like a pro and get paid up to 2 days early, if you can safeguard against surprises and supercharge your savings, the if in life becomes less iffy. Regions Life Banking makes it possible. If you're interested.
Let's talk about the if in life. Regions Bank, embrace the if in life.
Regions Bank, member FDIC.
The new Smokin' Triple Stack at Firehouse Subs is stacked high with honey ham, smoked turkey, and slow-smoked beef brisket. To top it off, a portion of every purchase helps provide life-saving equipment to first responders. The Smokin' Triple Stack Sub. Get it for a limited time, only at Firehouse Subs. Participating U.S. locations, Firehouse of America, LLC, and Firehouse Subs suppliers together will donate 0.09% of purchases in 2023 at Firehouse Subs locations to the Firehouse Subs Public Safety Foundation for the purchase of life-saving equipment with a minimum donation of $1 million.
This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. Dads, this Father's Day, Cordell & Cordell celebrates you the entire month of June. Join us every Friday for our live webinar series, Father's Fridays. There you'll receive much useful information from our panel of speakers. To register, go to CordellCordell.com/Father's Day.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Orlando area attorneys. Office in Orlando. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only. CordellCordell.com.
WORK Work News Radio.
Next up, incidents of pressing all the elevator buttons unexpectedly spike on Bring Your Kid to Work Day. But first, the latest on a team lunch that wasn't ordered through Easy Cater.
I'm in the break room where lunch that was previously announced on the way has now been downgraded to hopefully soon.
Fingers crossed, Michelle. Fingers crossed.
Newsflash, it's hard when the food is late, but at Easy Cater, we make hard easy. With food for work delivered on time and is ordered from over 100,000 restaurants. Order 24/7 at easycater.com.
Why do you change your car's air filter? Because when it's clogged, it doesn't work. The same is true of your nose, the body's air filter. It's great at trapping allergens, dust, and viruses, but unless you clean it regularly, they can stay trapped, making you miserable. I'm Martin Hogue, inventor of Navage, the world's only nose cleaner with powered suction. Navage pulls saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out the other nostril, helping to flush out allergens, mucus, and germs. Here's a testimonial from a verified purchaser and a big Navage fan. Quote, I've been suffering for 30 years with chronic sinus infections and allergies. I stumbled across Navage. The suction is amazing. It cleared my sinus cavities better than anything I've tried before. Unquote. Navage has over 120,000 reviews with a 4.6-star average written by people who use Navage to breathe better, snore less, and feel healthier. Wash your body's air filter with Navage at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, and Target. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
As America's largest injury law firm, size is our strength.
Morgan & Morgan.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because clients and character matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Thanks for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. And if you miss any of the show, you can always get the podcast links over at thenewsjunkie.com. Go grab those and everything else that you can do over on the website at thenewsjunkie.com. And it is Monday, and it is time for our friend Amy Caulfield.
Hey, guys. Happy Monday.
You too.
I'm a little traumatized by that commercial you guys just had.
Which one? I tune them out.
The one about cleaning out your nose.
Oh.
It made me think of another conversation last week. Feeling about cleaning out his ears. And then I was like, I got all these visuals.
Yeah, it's like a vacuum for your nose.
Yeah, they play that commercial quite a bit.
Have you ever used one of those? It's actually pretty incredible. Now, mine stopped working for some reason.
I take that thing back. They're expensive.
Yeah, it's too late now. It was like last year, but it was wild to see what it can do once you add some battery power to it.
Yeah, you like put it on your nose and it circulates all this stuff around.
And then it collects on the bottom there. And I'm like, that was in me.
Oh, sweet merciful air.
I'm not going to be able to eat for a week.
I'm so sorry.
No, that's not great. So how was your weekend? Anything exciting happening in your world, Amy?
Oh, Sean, you know how my weekends are. It's a water polo. That's what I do.
Yeah.
On the weekends, I don't do it. I just watch it over and over and over and over again.
That sport takes so much endurance. It's kind of crazy to me. Like your daughters who do this water polo, I don't know how the hell they can keep going for that. How long is like a match?
So the games are about 50 minutes, and actually Colton's doing it now too. So my little guy, so he had 8 games this weekend. Isn't that incredible?
Oh my God.
So I know. And they're like, no, like they didn't even really have breaks in between. So, and then you think like, oh, I'm in water, so I don't really need to hydrate. But you're expending a lot of energy in the water. So you still have to hydrate. It's crazy.
I mean, that whole time
you're
moving along. I would drown in 15 minutes.
It makes me want to throw up thinking about it.
It's just a lot. And I guess you get used to it over time, but I've seen that your kids are really, really involved in all of that stuff. You keep everything going with them. It's pretty amazing all the things you're able to juggle, Amy.
It's fun. It's fun. I love it. I saw, who I saw last week I hadn't seen in forever is Mr. Jack Bradshaw.
Oh, yeah?
He was, I was at the Dr. Phillips. We were watching Into the Woods, which was really good. And
That's
Jack
the one with
was
the
sitting,
puppet
like 2
cow,
rows
right?
in front of me. What's that?
The puppet cow or something?
Yeah. It's so cute, Sabrina. It's such a cute show. It's really cute. But yeah, I whacked Jack on the back of the head. I was like, hey, Bradshaw.
It's good luck for the next 7 years.
Yeah, that's how you have to.
Is that true?
Yeah. That's how you have to meet him every
whack
time.
Jack.
He loves it. He's the biggest proponent of meeting him that way. So what is grabbing your attention today, Amy Caulfield?
Oh my gosh, you guys, a lot of stuff. So a couple big stories this morning. Obviously today is Pulse Remembrance Day. So we were out at the Pulse Memorial, and you guys know there's been this big controversy about the money that has been donated to build, a permanent memorial. And so, 7 years. I don't think that any of us would have thought 7 years ago that, that it would have taken this long. Right. So still a long fought battle to try to get something built. And when we were out there this morning, Congressman Darren Soto was out there paying his respects. And 7:00 tonight in the Steinmetz Center, which is, that part of the Dr. Phillips, the brand new part that they just built, they're going to have a remembrance ceremony. You don't have to pay to get in, but you do have to reserve a ticket in advance. So for anyone who would like to go and pay their respects, that's tonight at 7. You just go onto the Dr. Phillips website and reserve yourself a seat there. And then we're at the funeral today for A.J. Owens. This is the mom who was killed in Ocala.
Oh, my God.
And this has
story
been a hard story to cover. 4 little kids that she left behind in this dispute with a neighbor. And remember it took 4 days for the sheriff's office to officially arrest her, but she was arrested on manslaughter charges. So we'll be following up on that today.
For
Reverend Al
everybody,
Sharpton is supposed to be there giving the eulogy. I've been watching online to see if he's spoken yet. I haven't seen yet. So,
well, for everybody who doesn't know, this story was these neighbors who I guess had a battle back and forth going on for years and years. This one woman was upset about the children that were like running across her lawn or whatever.
I'm seeing a bit of a theme here.
Yeah, she threw a roller skate at them. And then the mother of these kids came over and was upset about this, obviously, and she shot and killed this woman through her door, and obviously
right next to her 10-year-old.
Yeah, and her 10-year-old was, I guess, saw this, and God, can't even imagine what that experience would be like. But you can't just shoot somebody through your door, right? That's what the police were saying here, and there was allegedly some video footage of this all going down too. I don't know, I haven't seen any of that if they've released it.
Yeah, there were neighbors who were witnesses to what happened. I mean, it happened, in daylight. So yeah, and we're hearing rumblings about maybe potentially there was some ring camera video. So we're still haven't gotten any confirmation on that. But this is one of those cases that I think it's very similar and reminds people of the incident in Missouri where the man shot through his door and the kid who went to the wrong house, or the girl in upstate New York whose friend turned around in this driveway and this man came out on his porch and just shot into the car and killed this poor innocent girl just turning around a driveway.
Right.
I mean, we kind of, I feel like there, as Sabrina said, maybe a theme with, some of these cases that are just so disturbing. And I think for most people, they just can't comprehend.
Yeah, I mean, it's unbelievable the level of anger that you see in some of these people, and
no second thought about using a gun.
No, yeah, even when there's like kids around and stuff too. It's just So the charges against her, the police, a lot of the statements that they made about this lady made it seem to me that they were very confident they had, they had a good case on their hands here.
I am surprised that they have not bumped up the charge, though. Still upwards of 30 years that she could end up in jail, but it is manslaughter. I know that her family is calling for murder charges.
Right, yeah.
Right.
They could change that,
and
too.
I think that's always such a slippery slope. Prosecutors try to pick the charge that they think will actually stick and not get, turned a nose up by a jury, right? So it's always difficult, I think, for them to try to pick what they think is something that will actually get them a conviction. So in this particular case, I think that there's all these degrees, right? You've got first degree, you've got second degree, what's considered premeditated versus not. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see, what happens. She's 58 years old. This woman, her name is Susan Lawrence. She was granted bond on Friday. I think the bond was like $150,000. But she had just been let go from her job 2 weeks prior to this happening. So she told the judge, she doesn't, I think she said she only has like $2,000 or something. She doesn't have a lot of money. So I don't know that she's going to be getting out on bond.
Right.
So we'll continue to
move from that house too, I guess, because there were some threats and stuff.
Well, she's in jail, but yes.
That's sad, man.
Yeah, it's an unfortunate story, but it's like, I'm glad the police did what they did and filed the charges against her. Sometimes people are so eager immediately to see charges, and they have to look into that and make sure that she didn't have a defense claim. And when they felt confident that she did it, then they charge her, and then it moves from there. But it's important not to just cave to the pressure of give more serious charges if you don't think you can prove those. You don't want to overcharge, is what you were saying.
Yeah, you bring up a good point, Sean. And there was some frustration that she wasn't charged sooner. But you're right. We do have laws in Florida like Stand Your Ground, and they did have to check to see if that was plausible. But we interviewed Sheriff Billy Woods, and he said that this is not a Stand Your Ground case. He said that it just does not apply in this case. So, but you're right. It takes time, and they have to make sure that they have a good, solid case before they bring the charges.
Right. Yeah. What else is grabbing your attention out there?
Oh my gosh. A couple of things. That Holy Land experience is now officially gone, which is just weird for anybody who's lived, in our area for any length of time. It's just weird. You get up at Conroy, it's not there,
It's really,
they completely tore it down.
Yeah, it's strange to drive by it. When you looked up, for a while, it was just a huge pile of debris and stuff, and then they were working slowly away at that. But it is so weird when something like that happens, because you get used to seeing things off the sides of the highways and interstates and stuff. And when something that big changes, it's like, holy, it takes you some time to adjust to.
You said holy.
Yeah. Not anymore.
What are they going to make it? Have they decided?
It's a hospital, right?
Yeah, Advent Health bought it. Yeah, Advent Health bought it, so it's going to be some kind of hospital complex there, and that's a busy corner. So I'm sure for them that's a good spot to be. And then so my favorite story of the day, because we have all these sad stories, but my favorite story of the day is: have you guys seen the video of the bear?
Yes,
the video of the bear swimming up in Destin. It's like my favorite thing. It's so cute.
It's at the beach, right?
Yeah. So this bear, it's a baby bear. I mean, it's not very big. And it's just like all of a sudden it's just like people, and it's a crowded beach. This is what's crazy to me. Like there's a ton of people on the beach. So it's this crowded beach. The bear like goes out into the Gulf of Mexico and starts swimming.
Yeah.
And he's just like
enjoying himself.
For those of you
enjoying
watching
himself.
Over on YouTube or twitch.tv/The News Junkie, I've got a tweet here from one Amy Kaufelt.
Oh, one of my favorite Twitter accounts.
And you see the bear hanging out in the ocean, and he's a ways out there too.
Yes. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, I guess I haven't seen that before. I don't think actually in the ocean with a bear like that.
I just wouldn't think that bears would like salt water, but I guess if he's like, he's a baby. He's like, I don't know. It's water. I need a little bath.
By the way,
cool off.
that bear's line is farther than mine. It's way farther out than mine. If you go to a beach, right? If you're standing on the sand at the beach, there's like distance lines, and those are how far you're willing to go out as somebody at the beach. Mine is like just to my chest, right?
That's
like
further than I expected from you.
Just like nipple height is the highest that I'm willing to go. And this bear's
But if you
way
went out
past that.
farther, we'd be able to see you because of your white pale body.
Yeah, I shine like a diamond on the. It's a real mess.
It's true. I went to the Bahamas with him. It was wild.
I remember when you guys did that. You took your own little private plane. That was so fun.
Yeah, they don't let us do it anymore.
Toyota Corolla of the sky.
Yeah, they shut us down. They don't want us doing anything anymore. We just have to.
I'm going back.
We just do the show and we have to move on with our lives. That's what they've told us so far, Amy. Well, thank you so much for joining us.
I love you guys.
We love you. And we know that everybody loves to wake up and watch GDO, and they should continue doing that. And if you've never done it, you're out of your mind. Get informed,
Yeah,
people.
how dare you? Every morning, 6 o'clock, I set up my Alexa to turn on the TV.
And then you're informed.
Yeah.
You know what I forgot to tell you guys?
What?
I voted for you in the Orlando Weekly Best Radio Show.
Oh,
What about any other
gave you the big
categories?
click.
Any other categories you wanted to be voted on?
Perhaps best local radio voice.
There's a category, best
Oh, yeah,
local
that
radio
too.
voice, and we got in that category is not me, which still a little burned up about, but Sabrina is in there.
Yes.
And Josh
She's
is
amazing.
also in there. The two of them are in there. So who do you vote for?
Obviously me.
Oh, that's
I know the
tough.
answer.
How many times
It's
have you
okay.
talked to Amy Kaufelt?
You all hurt
Let's
my
be honest.
feelings.
Josh is like, I understand how this is going to go down.
Well, thank you for your vote, Amy. Appreciate you.
Yeah, thank
I
you.
love you all so much. You all deserve to win.
All
Have
right.
a wonderful week.
But I'm
Yeah.
voting for you, Sabrina.
There it is.
I'll take it.
All right, take it easy. We'll talk to you next week, Amy.
Love you guys.
All right,
Love
there
you,
she
bye.
goes, Amy Kaufelt of Fox 35. And no matter where
Gosh,
you are,
I love that woman so much.
you could go to the website and watch the show each morning. And as I said, get informed by the best of the best. And when we come back, we got to talk about this situation with the Miami Heat mascot. This is the dumbest thing. But we've got to get into this. And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Something on your mind? Text us at 77031. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Hey, what's happening? Hopefully your week is off to a great start on this Monday. And right now on the major highways and roads of Orlando, still seeing those usual delays. I-4 east and westbound approaching State Road 535. Also, that disabled vehicle is still on the left shoulder. Eastbound on I-4 approaching Osceola Parkway. And take note, there is an incident also reported, and that's in Lake County, US 27 southbound, just after Washington Street approaching Colonial Drive. Our Safe Touch security line is 866-676-8477. I'm Brian Black with your report.
This report is sponsored by Fresh from Florida.
Hey shoppers, this is your local farmer letting you know that Florida watermelon is in season right now. Look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo while you shop. We're going to need a lot more help at checkout.
From the Florida Department of Agriculture.
Mortgage brokers are better. Why, you ask? Well, they do all their loans through national wholesale lenders. It's still going to be your standard FHA, VA, or conventional loan, but mortgage brokers have access to dozens of wholesale banks competing for your business. And wholesale banks only loan through mortgage brokers like that mortgage guy, Don. And that mortgage guy, Don, is the best because he made the process of getting a quote or comparing the quote you already have super easy. Because we all know the process of shopping for a mortgage can be confusing and complicated and so frustrating that you don't want to do it, but not when it comes to that mortgage guy, Don. You get a better deal on any home loan when you work with a broker, and you get the satisfaction of simplicity and honesty when you work with that mortgage guy, Don. Go to the website right now. You'll see immediately it is chock full of information for you, but it's very easy to navigate through. And any question you have direct access to the expert himself. If you want to just click apply now, get a quote or get a free analysis of your existing quote, typically the same day. Plain and simple. No spam, no hassle, just peace of mind. Go to thatmortgageguyDon.com.
This September, our iHeartRadio Music Festival is coming back to Las Vegas.
September 22nd and 23rd at T-Mobile Arena.
Streaming live only on Hulu. Tickets go on sale Friday, June 16th at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific. But starting Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern, Capital One cardholders can score tickets and other awesome experiences before anyone else for 48 hours only or while pre-sale tickets last.
Visit iHeartRadio.com/Capital One for more pre-sale details.
What's in your wallet?
Make quick and easy family meals with the tastiest flavors of Florida. Look for the sunny, fresh from Florida logo where you shop and find delicious, refreshing recipes for what's in season at followfreshfromflorida.com.
Here's what a Fence Outlet customer has to say about their experience.
After the hurricanes destroyed our old fence, we took the advice of our neighbor and called Fence Outlet. They were fast and professional, and we love our new fence.
Check them out at fenceoutlet.com.
You gotta love the juice at Jersey Mike's. That zing of real red wine vinegar and olive oil blend is even better than the zing of a first kiss. No offense to Brenda DeMarche. It was a fine first smooch for me behind the bleachers. But there's nothing like when that zing of the juice hits your lips for the very first time. Years later, Brenda and I shared a Jersey Mike's sub with extra juice. We had a better time because neither of us had braces. Add a flavor zing with the juice. Jersey Mike's. A sub above.
Amino Energy by Optimum Nutrition is now available at your local 7-Eleven for $2.49. Or now 3 for $5 through June 27th. Amino Energy has 0 grams of sugar and delicious fruit flavor. Get more from your morning with Amino Energy.
With the Autio app riding shotgun, every road trip is an adventure.
Autio is my traveling companion. It's educational, entertaining, funny. It makes the drive come to life.
The Autio app automatically plays you stories about the natural wonders, local legends, and fascinating histories outside your car window, with over 10,000 unique stories from coast to coast.
I've learned more about my hometown from the Autio app than I did growing up here.
Autio, the perfect companion for your next road trip. Learn more at autio.com.
Hi, welcome to the IKEA Midsummer Days. We're celebrating with fun in-store events for IKEA family members and lots of savings.
Oh, hi. I'm looking for extra chairs to host my pickleball team dinner.
We can help you save on that and more.
Great. And that flower crown looks amazing.
Come make your own in-store on June 23rd through 25th. Plus, buy tickets to the June 23rd Swedish Midsummer Buffet at your local store. Go to IKEA-USA.com/midsummer for more details. Offer valid 5/30 to 7/4. U.S. only while supplies last. Selection may vary by store and online. See store on IKEA-USA.com for complete terms. Restrictions apply.
When you open your hopper, you don't fill it with just any hardwood pellets, right? You fill it with Kingsford 100% hardwood blend pellets. Made right here in the USA with North American ingredients and a 100% natural hardwood blend, Kingsford pellets can be used on any pellet grill and add delicious smoky flavor to any meal. Kingsford's the name you trust for the low and slow cooking you crave. So look for Kingsford 100% hardwood blend pellets. Kingsford.com.
So, you finally have some time to yourself. Even if it is just the car ride home, it's you time. And look at you. Do not disturb set before you even got in the car? Impressive. You've earned this moment to just chill and drive. This break is brought to you by Target Zero and the Florida Department of Transportation.
At SimpliSafe, we design award-winning security to protect every inch of your home. It's easy to set up yourself, and now there's an even easier option. Have an expert do it for you with SimpliSafe Pro Install. Always protecting, never a contract. 2 easy installation options. Backed by 24/7 professional monitoring for less than $1 a day. Get 20% off any new system with Fast Protect monitoring at simplysafe.com/radio. There's no safe like Simply Safe.
Hi, I'm Joel Osteen. I've learned that you'll never meet the right people unless you get rid of the wrong people. Life is too short to hang around people that are pulling you down, draining your energy, keeping you from your best. I have a podcast where I talk about choosing the right people, having great relationships, so you can become all you were created to be. It's inspiring and encouraging. I think you'll enjoy it. Listen to the Joel Osteen Podcast on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you listen to podcasts.
At Morgan & Morgan, the fee is free. You don't pay us anything unless we win your case.
So, last week on the show, at some point, I think it might have been the opening clip, I'm not sure, we had that guy who was watching the new Spider-Man movie. Spider-Man.
He's black?
And he dropped the line right when it was revealed that the little black kid was Spider-Man. He said, "He's black?" And the whole theater just erupted in laughter, and everybody had a good time together.
Great comedic timing.
Yeah, it was perfect timing. But
it's worth mentioning it was a black man who was saying it.
yes, you have to nail that timing though, because somebody else tried it, and not so good.
Was it a white person?
No, it was another black person tried to double up on this and get their funny TikTok, and nope, didn't go as well.
Not so much.
Here it is, the reveal.
I'm Spider-Man.
Wait, he's black? Woof.
Nobody. Somebody goes,
this guy stinks.
He's black. That was a real fail. Also, don't you think everyone saw the viral clip?
Yeah,
prior?
probably. They saw this already. Like, and somebody, I love the heckler, the person who booed.
Boo.
Nobody laughed.
It didn't work that time, unfortunately for those folks. But you know what? You still get the viral TikTok because you failed. Somebody had the fun one, and then we had the fail one.
Yeah, it's like attempted murder, but still going to jail.
It's just not going to work out for you every single time, we've learned. There is some news to tell you about the Unabomber.
Oh, no.
The Unabomber, Ted Kaczynski, is dead.
Fatality.
He has died this weekend behind bars.
Gonna be honest, didn't know he was still alive.
He was 81 years old and suffering from late-stage cancer, and he was found unresponsive in his cell at the Federal Medical Center in North Carolina at about 12:30 a.m. on Saturday. They said emergency responders performed CPR and revived him before he was transported to a hospital where he was pronounced dead later Saturday morning. And yeah, they said he took his own life. I mean, like the guy had, fatal cancer. Like it was not going to pull out of this late stage cancer that he had. So I guess he decided to just take his own life. They didn't say how he did it. I don't know if they often mention that. We did have a story one time where
I feel like you have probably a limited amount of guesses.
Well, there's only so many ways.
In jail.
Well, remember that one inmate who ate so much wet toilet paper that he died, and it's like, wow.
Now, had it been a Charmin Ultra Soft, then it would have just dissolved.
It was like that. That is an aggressive way to go. He was at the Federal Supermax prison in Florence, Colorado since May of 1998. He was serving out 4 life sentences plus 30 years for a campaign of terror. If you don't know, he's the Unabomber. Because of why? What is that, a mashup of those two words?
What he had a unibrow.
Nope, not a unibrow, but I could see where you get that from.
Something to do with male.
The UN part is universities because he started targeting universities. And the A is for airlines because he was going to target the airlines as well. And if you don't know a lot about...
He had a very particular look, right?
Oh, yeah. He was man of the woods look. He was very much that man of the woods in a little cabin. I touched his cabin before. Courtney touched his cabin when we were at the museum, which RIP Museum.
So this is really affecting you.
Yes, I'm taking it very, very. It's not going over very well with me.
I'm sorry.
So Ted Kaczynski, Uncle Ted, they called him.
I am not calling him Uncle Ted.
And ended up dying after a long time in prison. Yeah, his targets included academics and airlines, the owner of a computer rental store, and advertising executive.
These went off every single time?
Most of them did. I don't know if all of them did, but he would just send these bombs through the mail. And the only way he got caught is because he told, I think it was the New York Times, he said, I'm going to keep bombing if you don't publish this manifesto that I have, or this piece that I have. And the New York Times published it, and one of his family members
recognized his handwriting.
Recognized the words that he would use, but that most people would not use.
It's a Breaking Bad Hank figures out Walter moment.
Right. Like if there's like certain things that you've heard this person say over and over again, and then you read it in that article and you're like, oh, I think this is Ted. And so they stepped forward.
Uncle Ted all along?
Yeah, they turned him in. His manifesto is very famous out there. One of the first people really in U.S. history to do that, to have this like manifesto that everybody read and they try to get their message across. And Ted Kaczynski, his big thing was he was a Luddite. And if you don't know what a Luddite is, these people are absolutely, completely, and totally against technology. And he thought that technology was going to ruin human civilization as we know it. And so he wanted to stop the crawl of technology.
I mean, don't bombs like use some sort of technology?
He had some stuff in there. He knew what he was doing. He knew how to build these things. And he is a murderer. He did kill people. But his manifesto is very interesting, I'll say. I've read that a couple of times.
You're a huge fan.
Did it?
I find him interesting.
He participated in some LSD studies in the 70s, right?
Yeah, I remember hearing that story about him. Yeah, and you're like, that's their way of going, the feds are responsible.
Thank you, CIA.
Yeah, the CIA is responsible for the Unabomber. Also, completely and totally unrelated, during the, I think it was the halftime or something show that was going on for the Miami Heat, Conor McGregor was supposed to come out. He's promoting this stupid spray that he has.
I'm sorry, what?
He has like some sort of spray and
like perfume?
McGregor mist.
I don't. Let's see if you can find out what it is. I mean, I don't know. He's just hawking some.
It's
crap.
for your toilet.
And he's comes out and he's supposed to like mess around with the mascot. And he was hitting the mascot, but he was hitting the mascot so hard the mascot actually got hurt, and he just kept like pummeling the mascot.
All right,
it's fine.
Complete. If you're watching this on YouTube or Twitch,
is this not the first time that he's knocked out a mascot?
I don't know. Has he done it before?
I feel like we played a clip earlier this year where where some mascot had to go to the hospital because it was either McGregor or another professional MMA fighter.
Him?
Who decked him, and the guy, was knocked out cold.
What an asshole this guy is. He just swings and hits him in the face.
This is way too hard of a punch.
Why
oh, my God.
Yeah, he just keeps hitting him on the ground. Like, does he think that because it's in a mascot uniform, like, you can't hurt the person? You can't. He comes back for more. It continues to hit this guy, spraying him with whatever this stupid
and this
spray
is. Not a bit?
No, I mean, it was a bit. Yeah, it was a bit, but like clearly.
He hooked him too hard.
Yeah, he went too hard. The mascot had to go to the hospital.
So hard?
He's an asshole, I think. I mean, this guy, this was such a dick move to do.
Whoa.
Bernie is the name of the team mascot. I didn't know that until right now, but I guess it makes sense. Miami Heat, Bernie, I see it. The punch was more than Bernie had bargained for. And he had to go to the hospital to get checked out and get some pain medication before being discharged.
Ibuprofen.
He's doing well now, which is good. And maybe don't punch him so hard in the future, Conor McGregor.
So this spray is recovery spray.
What's that mean?
I don't know because we don't work out.
A recovery spray? Like after a workout, you're supposed to spray yourself?
It's probably like a aerosol version of like Bengay or something.
Oh, really?
So
I'm never going to need this.
It's all about the announcement, but it's like cryotherapy spray. So
it's just cold.
It's probably like a menthol spray or
something. That's stupid.
Immediate pain relief, daily sports recovery.
Yeah, don't buy the guy's stupid spray. It's a waste of money.
Why do you hate McGregor?
He's a dick.
Because of that?
You see what he did? That was rude. I think that's just a rude way to act. And he knew what he was doing, I believe. Unless he's so dumb, if he's been hit so many times that he doesn't understand that there's a person underneath the mascot costume, he thinks it's an actual like character
It's a big bird.
that can't be wounded in any way.
Excellent legal defense.
Yeah, that might be what he's thinking.
Him kicking the mascot's ass, and then his arch nemesis Mayweather's fight was total chaos.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
No, he's fighting still?
They stopped. Yeah, they had. I don't know if it was him. Like it was his fight, like Mayweather presents.
Yeah.
Or it was him fighting in the ring because I'm just seeing the aftermath of
Who's
it.
he fighting? Like a YouTuber or something?
But once they called it, it was it was someone in the third. But once they called the fight, the opponent was not happy with it and then continued to try to fight him. And then you have about 50 people in the ring trying to break them up.
Oh, really?
And then prior to that was Christian and Blueface making a debut.
They were at this fight too?
They were their opening act, apparently.
Boxing is a strange affair these days.
What I hated about it, because everyone's like, they killed it. All I am distracted by is they sang over their own songs.
Oh, really?
You could just hear the original track in the background and them screaming over it.
Yeah, it was
no harmonization.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. and John Gotti the third, I think, or third. John Gotti 3.
Gotti 3.
Is that like in the Gotti family?
I do not know.
I was wondering the same thing.
This is the first
So
time
you
hearing
just
about
focus
this.
on McGregor and how much of a dick he is.
Yeah, I mean, I think the guy is a dick. I think
they're all dicks.
You're out there
Except for
punching
my boys at
mascots,
ACC.
man. Leave the mascots alone. And nobody's standing up for the mascots here. Okay, let's go over to a dispatch very quickly. Here is Home Merit with a dispatch for us.
Hey, junkies.
Hey.
Oh, when you're talking about these rescue stories, it reminded me. So remember in 2010, there was the Chilean mining rescue, and it happened in October. There were like several miners stuck in a mine in Chile for like 60 or 70 days. And they were literally being pulled out of the mine on October 13th. And the reason I realized that is I was in labor, and they were literally pulling the miners out of the mine as my son was being birthed out of my mine. And so that's part of my birth story.
What'd you name your
I
son?
remember those miners.
Miner.
They saved them all.
Yep.
I thought some
Happy
of them
day.
died too.
Thank you. Appreciate that. I do remember that story, and we appreciate your dispatch. Thanks, Home.Merit. And I think it's the first time I've seen that, so a star for you. Oh, no, I gave you a frowny face. That was so rude.
Too late.
Gotti 3 is John Gotti's grandson.
It really is him?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, boxing is just weird now. It's like a bunch of weird, like, E-celebs punching each other in the face, and it doesn't seem like what it used to be. All right, when we come back, the next episode with Sabrina, what's coming up on the next episode?
What's coming up on the next episode? Production of Gladiator 2 Electric Boogaloo is delayed after Gladiator 2 crew ends up in the ICU. Are you still not entertained? K-Fed is K-Fed up with all these lies about Britney, especially the one about her being on meth.
Yeah.
Plus my own personal hell and soon to be yours, 10,000 people with kazoos. It's the end of times and so much more coming up on the next episode.
And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is Real Music Weekends. Real Music Weekends, this weekend on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by attorney Mo DeWitt. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com.
From the Rude Air Conditioning Weather Center, powered locally by Ferguson HVAC.
Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro with a look at your Central Florida forecast. Afternoon highs today will be reaching the low to mid 90s. A hot and humid day with feels like temperatures soaring to the triple digits. Make sure you're staying hydrated and taking breaks inside the AC this afternoon. There is a 20% chance for a few isolated showers, mainly after 5 p.m. And we are hot and humid yet again for your Tuesday. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro.
This report is sponsored by Take 5 Oil Change. At Take 5, they're faster than you think. That means they'll change your oil and have you back on the road faster than it takes your fancy designer half-calf, heavy cream, no-whip mocha latte to get cold. Just sit back and relax while their fast-friendly team does all the work. Take 5, the stay-in-your-car 10-minute oil change.
It is a great company to be able to lean on when you're having some issues this summer, it's Mills Air. Mills Air is the best of the best, and their techs are very, very, very talented in doing one thing that I love. They can make it make sense, right? I don't know how the AC works. I just like it to be nice and cold in the house. I want to make sure it's working the right way and make sure it's working efficiently. And that's what they can get you all in line with over at Mills Air. They've been doing this for a long time, since 1992. That's over 30 years of experience in keeping Central Florida cool. Their techs, just like Mo, who came over here to the studio to fix the AC, got it run perfectly, and he went above and beyond. They know how to work on any kind of AC out there. So that doesn't matter. Whatever brand you got is good. But Mills Air is a Carrier factory authorized dealer, which is important because you can get a lot of really big rebates if you get a brand new Carrier unit. You could always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you could always turn to family-owned and operated Mills Air. Their phone number is 407-277-1159, or you could find them online at millsair.com.
Rise and shine, honey. We don't want to miss our flight.
Our flight is in 7 hours, and we have TSA PreCheck with our Navy Federal flagship credit card.
TSA PreCheck? Getting my Bugle through security will be so much easier now.
Learn how you can earn up to 3 times points on travel with the flagship credit card at NavyFederal.org. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Insured by NCUA.
We hear you, Orlando, loud and clear. You are growing, people are thriving, and business is booming. Ocean Bank has been helping businesses grow for over 40 years. And now, we are here to bring you even more possibilities with our new branch right in the heart of the city. The power of Ocean has come to Orlando. Visit us at our new branch in downtown or go online to oceanbank.com to learn more. Ocean Bank, member FDIC.
Attention, wizards of all ages. To celebrate the anniversary of the World of Wizardry coming to the Orlando Hard Rock Cafe at Universal City Walk, they proudly present Swish and Flick Trivia. Orlando's own Curtis Earth invites all houses to compete for prizes during an evening of magical free trivia Sunday, June 18th. Get all the details and RSVP now at hardrockcafe.com/location/Orlando.
This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. Dads, this Father's Day, Cordell & Cordell celebrates you the entire month of June. Join us every Friday for our live webinar series, Father's Fridays. There you'll receive much useful information from our panel of speakers. To register, go to CordellCordell.com/Father's Day.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Orlando area attorneys. Office in Orlando. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only. CordellCordell.com.
WORK Work News Radio. Next up, incidents of pressing all the elevator buttons unexpectedly spike on Bring Your Kid to Work Day. But first, the latest on a team lunch that wasn't ordered through EasyCater.
I'm in the break room where lunch that was previously announced on the way has now been downgraded to hopefully soon.
Fingers crossed, Michelle. Fingers crossed.
Newsflash, it's hard when the food is late, but at EasyCater, we make hard easy. With food for work delivered on time and is ordered from over 100,000 restaurants. Order 24/7 at EasyCater.com.
If it's possible to have too much pepperoni on one pizza, then Marco's Pepperoni Magnifico pushes the limit deliciously. Order one today at marcos.com. Marco's, pizza lovers get it.
The new Smokin' Triple Stack at Firehouse Subs is stacked high with honey ham, smoked turkey, and slow-smoked beef brisket. To top it off, a portion of every purchase helps provide life-saving equipment to first responders. The Smokin' Triple Stack Sub. Get it for a limited time, only at Firehouse Subs. Participating U.S. locations. Firehouse of America, LLC, and Firehouse Subs suppliers together will donate 0.09% of purchases in 2023 at Firehouse Subs locations to the Firehouse Subs Public Safety Foundation for the purchase of life-saving equipment with a minimum donation of $1 million.
Welcome back. Dave and Herb here, and we're talking fresh.
Fresh from Florida, that is.
There's tomatoes, broccoli, watermelon.
You're just putting fra in front of produce.
As in fresh from Florida.
You don't need to make up words. Friends, visit followfreshfromflorida.com to see what's in season.
For the month of June, Zero Res has some special great discounts on furniture cleaning, like 25% off sectionals, 25% off sofas, 25% off love seats, and 25% off your favorite recliner. Zero Res, spelled forwards and backwards, it's the right way to clean.
Grab your shades, your flip-flops, and your free iHeartRadio app for summer 2023. No matter where you go this summer, your favorite radio station, the music you love, and the best podcasts in the world will be along for the adventure. Download the free iHeartRadio app today.
The internet can be an all-you-can-eat buffet for identity thieves.
So full.
Too many maiden names.
And social security numbers.
Where'd you find those?
By the password bar. Can't miss them.
LifeLock alerts you to identity threats you could miss by monitoring your credit and bank statements. If your identity is stolen, a dedicated U.S.-based restoration specialist will work to fix it. No one can prevent all identity theft, but everyone can save up to 25% off their first year with promo code NEWS. Go to LifeLock.com.
The next episode in just a moment. All things happening in the world of entertainment and beyond. Real quick, tips at thenewsjunkie.com. And Catherine emails, hey, Sean, I'm sure you're aware, but just in case you're not, the podcast still has an annoying white noise behind it. Oh, I'm aware. I listen on the iHeart app. I have an iPhone. I'm happy to give you my IP address, location, height, weight, PIN number, which is what they request from us whenever somebody complains. I've included a snippet of the show for you to listen to. How nice of you, Catherine. I appreciate you doing this.
That won't be enough.
No, they're working on it right now, and it should be worked out this week, I would think. I know I said that, I think, last week, but they are working on it, and they wanted to test it today, but we're going to wait until tomorrow to test that out. So thanks for being patient. All right, let's get into it. Let's do the next episode.
Because there's a lot on TV, and you can't possibly keep up with all of it, even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
Oh, freak you out. Butt stuff. Oh, butt stuff. Freak you out. Oh, wee wow.
Nothing. Weather's nice. It's time for the next episode with Sabrina.
Hey, smoke weed every day.
Hold up. The next episode brought to you by, That Mortgage Guy Don. That Mortgage Guy Don.
What that little song was.
.com. It's an old one. That's when I used to have control of the sounds. I found it in the system.
I feel like I didn't know I was being recorded for some reason.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Actually, you know what? That might have been made by a listener. Remember I used to have like a super secret listener friend who would send me remixes and certain clips of you guys.
And now they've just abandoned you?
Yeah, what happened to you? If you can hear me, email me. Let's get this relationship back up going.
All right.
Mostly just an email one where they make fun of Sean and say that. But anyways, That Mortgage Guy Don, thatmortgagguydon.com. And of course, the host of the Home Loans Radio Show. If you need help refinancing, buying your first dream home, debt consolidation, and so much more, start the process today by going to thatmortgageguyDon.com. Sorry, I'm just wrapping up a little bit of audio right there.
No, you're good.
And beep boop, beep boop. 60 years ago, 1963. This movie right here.
Cleopatra.
That is right. Point for Sean. Cleopatra,
Nice.
starring Elizabeth Taylor and whom?
Oh.
Dick Burton is right.
Okay, never would have got that.
It premiered in New York. It was one of Hollywood's most expensive productions. 60 years ago, 1963. It cost $44 million.
Jesus.
Which is estimated to be about how much in today's dollar bills, y'all?
Oh, God.
63, inflation. How much did you say?
It was $44 million back in 1963.
That is $250 million today.
That is a great guess.
All right.
300 million.
Also a great guess, but not enough. Zigged when he should have zagged, or maybe the other way around, $435 million.
Damn.
And the movie sucked.
Wow.
It was 22 years ago, in 2001, that Blink-182 released their fourth album titled Take Off Your Pants and Jacket.
Yeah, I remember that.
So happy anniversary to both Cleopatra and Blink-182.
This was a big album.
It was. That's it.
All right. Just a little snippet. It's like a hit clip, you know? It's just a little bit of the song.
15 seconds.
Speaking of hit clips, one of the biggest hits via a clip back in the day was that of Britney Spears. And she continues to make headlines. This time, ex and baby daddy K-Fed is fed up with all the rumors going around about Britney. The latest one being that she is on meth.
Okay.
I believe it.
Oh, this is going to stick with me.
Him and his family, they have had to endure way too much over the years. In a recent report claiming that those around Britney fear that she's on meth and she's going to die like Amy Winehouse, despite Amy Winehouse not being on meth.
No.
It's a weirdly bold statement.
Yeah,
Thank you,
meth
Daily Mail.
didn't do her in. And I'm not seeing I don't know if I'm seeing meth when I see the videos of her acting a little crazy. I don't know if it would be meth that I would say.
Yeah, you're seeing a clone, actually, because she's been dead for years.
I knew it.
So, yeah, the Sun and Daily Mail, they had a series of convos with journalist Daphne Barak, who says that she had with Kevin. In one instance, Barak reports that K-Fed told her, I fear she's on meth. I've been praying someone would make it to be public and that she wakes up. It's terrifying. She is the mother of my boys. Now, in response to that story, Kevin is saying it saddens our family that Daphne Barak and Herbal Gunsati.
Wait, that's somebody's name?
Yes.
Herbal Gunsati.
Yeah, rhymes with gerbil, no G.
It sounds like a tea bar or something that you would visit.
They've decided to fabricate lies and publish the heartache our family has endured, along with the trauma of our minor children. And the Daily Mail and the Sun, we did allow Daphne and Bill into our homes because we trusted them, and that trust is now gone.
You know what was super sad? Britney Spears posted something about this, and in it she made a comment about her son, one of her sons, and she was like, when you would come over here, you would go straight into your room and shut the door and lock the door and never actually spend time with me. And I'm like, damn,
That's
this
sad.
this is like
also
a mess.
13-year-olds.
Yeah,
that's teen life. But yeah, she's not on meth, and everyone that Daily Mail and the Sun said was claiming that she was on meth have now backed down. Saying
Okay.
it's all lies. So take that, put it in your pipe, and smoke it. Not meth, but the lies.
Damn it.
Several crew members were injured on the Morocco set of the sequel to this film. This is not Sparta, but it's another movie like it.
Gladiator.
No, Gladiator is right.
Damn.
Gladiator, the sequel to Gladiator, Gladiator 2, I believe, has now left several crew members in the hospital. It was during a stunt sequence on the set of the sequel. An accident occurred during which several crew members experienced non-life-threatening injuries. The safety and full medical services teams on site were able to act quickly so that those who were impacted immediately received necessary care, all in stable condition, and continue to receive treatment.
Oof.
So
Jeez.
that movie's
Flip a
going to be
chariot?
sick.
Yeah, it sounds like a mess.
Total of 6 people received treatment, 4 of whom remain in the hospital. All of the impacted crew members were treated for burn injuries, according to an individual with the knowledge of the production. 2 other crew members were treated locally and then discharged. The accident occurred towards the end of the shooting day. No cast members were harmed, thank God, because then the movie could not go on. Yet they still don't acknowledge stunt performers in the awards
Aren't they
ceremonies.
aren't they still filming that movie that Jamie Foxx was going to be in? And now Jamie Foxx is MIA. And
Did they? I thought they were able to wrap it up with
they had
the use of CGI.
Yeah, they had a lot of it done, and they were like, we're going to use the stunt double and some CG to wrap this up. And we still haven't heard much from him. That's kind of strange.
Yeah, but that also went away very quickly. The rumors were he had a stroke, and it was maybe because of a COVID vaccine, and then they dampened those rumors very quickly. Thank you, Brittany on meth.
Every day that goes by where he doesn't come out and say something, I'm like, damn, what is going on with this guy?
Yeah. I'll tell you what's going on with this gal right here.
Nicki Minaj.
That is right.
Damn, I never would have got that.
Josh in the lead for the next episode trophy. Nicki Minaj got swatted.
Oh, really?
Over the weekend.
Oh, my God.
Not once, but twice.
Wow.
The sheriff's department says it involved a caller falsely claiming Nikki's child was being abused. And then another SWAT was saying that her house was on fire.
How did these people know her address?
I That I do not know.
Maybe that's more public than I would imagine.
I feel like what comes with swatting is disguising your phone number and then probably having the internet technology to find out what your address is.
Yeah, they had to track her down, obviously.
Is it just Florida that if you vote, you get an address?
Yeah, that's worse in this state than all the other states.
No other states have it.
Unfortunately.
That's not fair.
I think some other states might have it, but we have a stupid ass setup here in Florida.
It wasn't over the weekend. I apologize. It was earlier this month. One Child Services got an anonymous call alleging child abuse in Nikki's home. They rolled up to her place around 6 p.m. after speaking with her and her husband, Kenneth Petty, and looking at their almost 3-year-old child, determined there's nothing wrong here. It was a menage. That's not a word. Our sources, I love that I said that. They say deputies chalked it up to a swatting call, and then hours later they said, well, her house is on fire. The abuse continues. This time everyone. And it turns out the house was not on fire.
Am I the only one who thinks we could probably really easily fix this whole swatting thing? Like, that could be fixed, and yet nobody seems to want to do anything about it.
Yeah, because we can put those tax-paying dollars towards an art piece that costs a lot of money.
So dumb.
Or perhaps the first thing we need to get taken care of is Netflix and password sharing.
Yeah. They started this. Yeah.
And guess what? It's working to their benefit.
I saw the messages. People started taking pictures of their TV, and it says, like, hey, you're not supposed to be on this account.
So, yeah, they started cracking down on the password sharing. They thought it was going to blow up in their faces. Au contraire, Netflixians.
Mm-hmm.
They started enforcing it May 23rd. Over the next 6 days, they averaged 73,000 new signups per day.
Damn.
Including nearly 100,000 on the 26th, on your birthday, on the 27th. From May 25th to the 28th, they had the most signups since early 2019. Now, the spike in May also bigger than what they saw in March and April of 2020, when people were signing up like crazy because of something called COVID.
Never heard of that. No, I don't revisit that thing.
Now, they did see an increase in cancellations, but the new subscriptions more than made up for that, and now they dive Scrooge McDuck style into a pile of money. So there you have it.
Good
and
for them.
If you're a huge fan of this guy, then you are not the biggest fan.
And I'm feeling good.
Oh, Michael Buble.
Michael Buble.
Bubbly.
Is right, and a fan has revealed his tattoo of Michael Buble, but it's very particular. It's Michael Buble eating corn.
Okay.
I should have sent you the link, but maybe you can do it a quick goog.
That picture of him where he eats corn like the long way instead of from the side.
Yep.
What kind of animal is this man?
He's Canadian.
Oh my God, this is fake. Is that
no,
real?
that's real.
That's real. Now look up the tattoo that someone got of him eating it that way.
He just deep throats corn? That's what Michael Buble does?
Okay, it was where he was. He was at Disneyland, to be exact. He was eating corn on the cob the wrong way. Apparently, most people don't eat it from the top like that. But it was the closest thing to a real love note that I've ever had. It was sexy and phallic, and I felt like people made fun of me, but part of it was jealousy because I just think they wish they could take it as deep as I did, end quote.
That tattoo is something else.
It's
and he is
quality.
He's very moved by the fan getting that tattoo of him. So congratulations. Also, there was a clip that I saw the clip on TikTok. It was a comedian sketch group, two guys. They were like bros in the car.
I saw that.
What's the song?
Just haven't met you yet.
Yeah, that comes on. They're like, turn it off, man. It's so
one of those.
So terrible.
Okay.
Then it's a cute little back and forth
Then they
between a
start
dance
singing.
number. Michael Buble sees it. He says he lasts for 20 minutes. The next thing I see is them front row at the concert. They play the clip. Michael Buble was like, this is the funniest thing. This is what this country is about. It is humor and things and just this weird sexual energy. And you just watch these two get their lives completely peaked at that point. But
it was touching.
It was very touching. I cried a little bit, to be honest.
Sometimes
with
it
you.
just works out for you. You make a video and Michael Buble reaches out.
Yeah,
He doesn't reach out to me, though.
Not yet.
No.
Have you tried making a video?
No, I don't have any
You know what?
Buble content.
I'll bring some corn for you tomorrow, and you can suck it from the
No,
top.
I'm not eating corn like that. What kind of weirdo?
I think it's time for me to give you the boob tube. Shall I?
Sure.
Okay. take off your pants and jacket, baby. Happy anniversary. Also, if
Are
you're...
we getting more this time, or a little bit more of the song?
And that's it. There we go.
Hit clip on it again.
Also worth mentioning, if you are looking to be on the internet, go to the Orlando Weekly Best of website and vote for me, so I can finally have me a plaque. Just one plaque. That's all I need. I've never had a plaque before. I lied. I got one from Crime Line. But
yeah, that was a nice one.
It doesn't hang on the wall. It's for like a desk or something.
Yeah.
I keep it in my car just in case I get pulled over. But anyways,
that is a good weapon right there.
Plaque. Best local comedian and best local radio voice. Sorry, Josh.
It's your segment. It's fine.
No worries. And then also we're nominated for Best Local Radio Show and Best Local Talk News Radio Station. So get on there and vote or something. On the Boop Tube, Game 5, NBA Finals, baby. Who's leading, Sean?
Oh, it's the other team.
Which is, you might put one of these in a pipe and smoke it.
Weed.
Okay, yeah, the Denver Weeds.
Nuggets.
Stars on Mars on Fox, American Ninja Warrior on NBC, Celebrity IOU, Jay Leno's Multi-Generation Renovation on HGTV. Sounds like a party. And the writers are still on strike, so all on repeats. Follow your dreams and me on Instagram at Sabrina Ambra, and most importantly,
smoke weed every day.
Okay.
Thank you, Sabrina. When we come back, the green bubble texting issue is about to get a whole lot worse. What's happening here? I'll tell you. Plus, an update on that whole indictment against the former President Trump and the fallout from that, and some other craziness that's been going on. What are we expecting next? We'll let you know what's going on. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
The audio version of a Live, Laugh, Love wall decoration that's been set on fire. Real Radio 104.1.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Hey, what's happening? I hope your week is off to a great start on this Monday. And right now on the major highways and roads of Orlando, a few delays. And the first is on Kirkman Road, both north and southbound. And that's between LB McLeod Road and Metro West Boulevard. An incident has that area blocked, so seek an alternate route. Of course, your usual delay east and westbound on I-4, approaching State Road 535. But also take note, a right lane is blocked on Orange Avenue, and that's southbound at Gore Street. Our Safe Touch security line is 866-676-8477. I'm Brian Black.
This report is sponsored by Fresh from Florida.
I'm back. And look at all the Fresh from Florida produce I brought home.
Fresh from Florida produce is fresh as fresh can get.
It's refreshing to know that locally grown Fresh from Florida produce is available year-round.
Well, that's a breath of fresh air.
Look for Fresh from Florida where you shop.
From the Florida Department of Agriculture.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Summer's heating things up, outside and on the grill. Whether you're smoking a brisket or grilling up veggies, Kingsford Original Charcoal delivers the consistent performance and smoky wood-fired flavor barbecuers crave. Kingsford Original lights faster and has a long burn time, giving you the ultimate grilling experience. So grab a bag of Kingsford Original Charcoal. Kingsford.com. Kingsford Original Charcoal lights faster and delivers consistent performance compared to nationally available charcoal in the USA.
In St. Augustine, Ponte Vedra, it might feel like there's not enough time to take everything in. Because once you're done exploring 42 miles of pristine coast, marveling at historical architecture, and enjoying world-class food, it'll be time to check out and head home. But that's okay. You can always stay just one more day. Visit FloridasHistoricCoast.com to learn more. It's about time.
Here's what Fence Outlet customers have to say about their experience.
The Fence Outlet team is knowledgeable and professional. They have fair prices and they take care of the permits. I'm very happy with my Fence Outlet fence.
Check them out for yourself at fenceoutlet.com. License number C10252 and C10803.
I'm back. And look at all the Fresh from Florida produce I brought home. You have heard of Fresh from Florida, right?
Fresh I have.
That's refreshing to hear.
Fresh from Florida produce is fresh as fresh can get.
And if we're going to freshen up daily meals, it's refreshing to know that locally grown Fresh from Florida produce is available year-round.
Well, that's a breath of fresh air. Got anything else?
I'm fresh out.
Look for Fresh from Florida where you shop. Learn more at followfreshfromflorida.com.
Packing for your summer road trip? Leave the travel guide at home and bring the Autio app along for the ride.
Autio brings any drive to life with fascinating stories about the places you go, all narrated by expert storytellers. Browse through Autio's more than 10,000 fascinating location-based tales to inspire your travel itinerary and discover unique destinations along the way. Wherever summer takes you, make your next drive an adventure with Autio, the perfect companion for your next road trip. Learn more at autio.com.
Life is full of ifs. If you see potential in every day, if you push for that promotion, and even bigger ifs like if you say, I do. If you can cash flow like a pro and get paid up to 2 days early, if you can safeguard against surprises and supercharge your savings, the if in life becomes less iffy. Regions Life Banking makes it possible. If you're interested.
Let's talk about the if in life. Regions Bank, embrace the if in life.
Regions Bank, member FDIC.
As road pros, we know how to get from point A to point B.
Yeah, from making alternate routes to finding the best cup of coffee on the road.
And how to help get better mileage. Yep.
Yeah, all diesel fuels are not the same.
Yep. Synergy diesel-efficient fuel from Exxon and Mobil stations helps you get further down the road. Helps keep your engine cleaner, you know.
Keep this baby running. That's the goal. Get the job done and get home.
Yep. Pros.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Learn more and find a station at Exxon.com. Compared to diesel without detergent additives. Results may vary.
Hi, welcome to the IKEA Midsummer Days. We're celebrating with fun in-store events for IKEA family members and lots of savings.
Oh, hi. I'm looking for extra chairs to host my pickleball team dinner.
We can help you save on that and more.
Great. And that flower crown looks amazing.
Come make your own in-store on June 23rd through 25th. Plus, buy tickets to the June 23rd Swedish Midsummer Buffet at your local store. Go to IKEA-USA.com/midsummer for more details. Offer valid 5/30 to 7/4. U.S. only while supplies last. Selection may vary by store and online. See store on IKEA-USA.com for complete terms. Restrictions apply.
Have you noticed that solar panels are popping up everywhere? You never know who's going to have solar next, and here's a thought, it could be you. Utility rates keep going up, and now is a great time to save big with Solar Source. Solar Source has been getting the job done in Central Florida for almost 40 years, and right now, Monster fans get special access to their new AI-powered tool that can get you an estimate in 1 minute or less. Visit solarsource.com/monsters for an instant quote.
So, what could you do with 8 hours? With that much time, probably a lot, right? Or nothing at all sounds pretty good too. With an 8-hour battery life, a vape device from Buble gives you the freedom to unplug. So relax, disconnect, or just let yourself focus on getting your own stuff done with a full 8 hours of unlit you time. Blue, get unlit. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. Underage sale prohibited. Blue is a trademark of Fonum Holdings 4BV. Copyright 2022. Fonum US LLC.
So, you finally have some time to yourself. Even if it is just the car ride home, it's you time. And look at you. Do not disturb set before you even got in the car? Impressive. You've earned this moment to just chill and drive. This break is brought to you by Target Zero and the Florida Department of Transportation.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Preventive maintenance on all brands, and that saves you money and can detect an upcoming breakdown. Visit millsair.com.
Pool season is here, but open roles got you underwater? Check out Indeed. Their powerful hiring platform makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by crimeline.org. Give a tip anonymously.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Find out at whenyounneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Now, your chance at a trip to our 2023 iHeartRadio Music Festival. Text the nationwide keyword Vegas to 200-200. You'll get a confirmation text and info. Standard data and message rates apply in this nationwide contest. That's Vegas to 200-200. Radio. 104.1.
Oh man, this This Reddit shutdown is really having a negative impact on my life. I'm trying to do Today I Learned during the show to get ready for the end of the show, and you can't go on the subreddit. You can't search it. You can't do anything.
Make up facts.
You know what? I'm going to have to today. I'll just say outlandish stuff, and hopefully people will believe. We got a ton of stuff to get to, but I want to talk about something that we brought up on the show on, I think it was Friday when this news broke about the indictment against Trump. He's going to be processed in Miami on Tuesday. So that whole thing will go down again. And I read the indictment against him. It's not too bad. It's like 40 pages or something.
Vagina.
And there's a lot of stuff in there. And I was like, oh, okay, I can make sense of this. All right. I posted this on Twitter over the weekend. Guys, I'm no lawyer, but this seems pretty not good. And they have a back and forth between Trump and one of his staffers, right? There's an audio recording of this, and this is the transcript. And Trump says, "This was done by the military and given to me." He's talking about this top secret document. "I think we can probably write." And the staffer says, "I don't know. Well, we'll have to see. Yeah, we'll have to try to." And Trump says, "Declassify it." And the staffer says, "Figure out, yeah." And Trump says, "See, as president, I could have declassified it." And the staffer says, "Yes," and laughs. And Trump says, "Now I can't, but this is still a secret." And the staffer says, "Yeah, now we have a problem." And Trump says, "Isn't that interesting?"
Okay.
I'm so indicted.
Uh-oh. There's a lot of things in this indictment. I would encourage anybody to read it so you can see what's actually going on. But in all its basic essence.
Was that crate thing also part of it?
And it's here's the main thrust of this. It was about all these documents and boxes that he took with him when he left the White House, right? Now, people are saying magically, because he was president, he declassified these just by taking them with him. That's the argument that his attorneys are going to make in court. And they're going to say, no, you didn't do this. And you knew that you didn't do this, because you can see that in his statement right there.
But why would you even take them?
He wanted these documents. I think I'm trying to get in Trump's brain, which I'm okay at doing. I think he wanted them to show off. More than anything.
Yeah, because what's cooler than classified documents?
Right. Ice cold.
And he kept showing them to people. He showed them to reporters. He showed them to these staffers. He showed them to all these people. And he had all these boxes. There was a whole bunch of them. And he had them in this closet at Mar-a-Lago. And you could see in the messages back and forth that they were trying to move it, and they were trying to hide them from the people who wanted the records back in the hands of the government. And it just doesn't look good for former President Trump at all. And each one of these charges is a potential 20-year jail sentence.
Bye.
And now what's happening is a lot of Republicans are like, yeah, but there's selective prosecution of this. Because no matter who you are, if you look through this, it's damn, he looks like a dumbass here. This is not good. This is a pretty strong indictment against Trump. But now they're saying, oh, yeah, well, Joe Biden had documents by his Corvette in the garage, and they didn't go after Joe Biden. The big problem is, and the Hillary Clinton email thing is coming up a million times. But the biggest problem is, in those cases, they either reached out to the government and said, we have these documents, what are we going to do about this? Or they complied when the government said, we want those documents, can we have them? And Trump seemingly did the opposite. He was trying everything he could do to keep the documents and maybe even hide the documents so that he could have them. And then there's conspiracy theories. I guess his attorney came out and said, they might have been trying to sell these to the Saudis. I don't know how this would advance anything for the Saudis. It was supposedly some sketched out plan to go to war with Iran, right? That's one of the main things that he was looking at.
It's either war or Gulf.
And somebody brought up something that I thought was pretty interesting. I think we talked about this when it happened. Somebody said, remember how Kid Rock came out and said Trump was just showing him all these weird maps and stuff? And even Kid Rock, when it was happening, was I write stupid songs. What am I doing here? Why is this happening? And so they were wondering if at that time he was busting open these boxes.
Good God.
And that's what he would do, I guess, to try to it be impressive. This is top secret information right here.
It just, there's a big difference, obviously. But I remember around what must have been when we were first starting, I was told that our predecessor just walked out with like a whole case of printer paper.
Oh, really? what a get on the way out.
Like, well, fine. If I don't have my job anymore, I'm getting these office supplies.
Take that. iHeart will never recover from this. Here's a photo for those of you watching of the boxes that were in this one storage facility.
I mean, how did no one notice they walked out with that?
Yeah, their boxes are being stored by a toilet in this room.
Also, I love that they store classified documents in the same file boxes that you would put maybe
like tax boxes.
Yeah.
Right. It's just a regular
no
box.
vault or anything, no protection whatsoever.
It's fine.
Good to know.
It's just a regular storage box that they had all this stuff in. And so, yeah, it looks like he's in some trouble. I think it would be a disaster if they actually sent him to prison for this, because then you're going to have, God, you think you have problems now. People are going to lose their absolute minds over this. Maybe you end up where somehow this is resolved beforehand. I just don't know. It's going to be pretty ugly, I think, because as I said, no matter where you're coming at angle-wise politically, if you read that and you're being honest, it's a strong indictment against Trump. It's not like the joke out of New York City, which they're never going to get him on. It's maybe even better than what they're working on with election interference in Atlanta, and it seems pretty obvious in this that he was up to something. If you don't believe me, look at the indictment yourself. They said about 70 Trump supporters were rallying outside Mar-a-Lago days after his indictment. They were out there in their American flag get-ups and were supporting the former president, saying they wanted to save the country.
And did you see Walt Disney World, the front?
Oh, yeah. That was on Saturday afternoon or something.
Yeah, right in the front. One of the biggest swastika flags I've seen.
It was a very, very big swastika flag.
And then right next to it, DeSantis 2024.
Yeah, I mean, look,
DeSantis
is obviously going to distance himself from anybody who's doing this.
It's embarrassing.
One thing that I kind of hate
scary.
is it's like less than a dozen people, right? There's going to be crazies everywhere. And
Did you hear the clip? We obviously can't play it at all.
No, I didn't hear any of the audio. I just saw the video.
So some guy, he's driving by, and the person on the bullhorn, the Nazi, says, N-word hard R in your C-hole.
Okay. I saw somebody who one of the people had a sign about butt sex or something.
Okay.
Which seemed to be unrelated to the other
Is
stuff.
it, though?
But I don't know. So what I hate is you got a dozen mentally ill losers who show up in front of Disney World, and then because everybody's so outraged by it, it gets seen by millions and millions and millions of people. And it's like, God, I hate spreading people's terrible messages further because we all agree that they should be condemned. You know, I hate when that happens. There's no way to prevent that. You can't stop that, I don't think. But I just hate when that happens. We're going to go to your dispatches in just a moment. But if you're an iPhone user, we've all been through it. It's a tough thing to go through. You don't want to text with the Android people.
No.
You don't want those green bubbles. You don't want those.
Do you think Android users should vote in the general election?
Probably not. I don't know that they could be trusted. I think that we should definitely keep an eye on them. And if there was a movement to not put cameras in everybody's house, but just the Android users' houses, I think maybe that might be a good idea. But they said Apple has been spending years slowly making green bubbles feel like a worse kind of message. You don't get the typing indicator, right? Like one of the people in the text message is typing. You get little tiny photos if you send them
For
to
a
an
while
Android
there,
device.
the emojis were different.
Yeah, the emojis are different on the two devices.
Screenshots, those are the ones that kind of freak me out the most.
Yeah.
Because it's like, you chose Comic Sans?
Yeah.
For your
It's not comfortable texting with an Android user when you're over an iPhone land. And they said the biggest change to this that's going to make this even worse is Apple's new contact poster. It's a new feature for phone calls, and it's kind of cool, actually. When you do this, it makes it so when you call somebody, you have like a whole contact screen that shows up, and you can customize like the font and your picture that shows up on there, and you can do all this stuff. But obviously, that is not going to work for somebody who's calling from an Android device. So yet another thing that divides the two of us in this world. We have Android people and iPhone people, and the battle will never end, I don't think, between the green bubbles and the blue bubbles. Let's go over to you. A couple of dispatches. We can work these in here, see what's going on. in your world. Here is Jazzy Josh. He's talking about Conor McGregor punching that mascot.
Hey, Sean. Yeah, when McGregor came to Oviedo, I was the first person to spot him because I lived right next door to the restaurant, and I was walking to the gym, and as I walked by that restaurant, I saw him in the window eating. So I ran home, changed out of my gym clothes into something nice, came back and sat at the bar waiting for him to finish eating, and about 10 other people, 10 or 15 people came in also and were sitting there waiting. And he took pictures with every single person.
Really?
And I was the last person to get a picture. And I walked up to him, and he goes, "Nah, I got to get going. See ya." And I'm like, "What?" And I was standing there, like,
snubbed,
looking so stupid. And I was like, "Are you serious?" And then he goes to the ale house and takes a bunch of pictures with other people. So, yeah, I'm with you, Sean. Screw that guy.
Yeah, I don't know if he's a nice guy or not a nice guy. I've never met Conor McGregor. I don't know anything about him. I just know, like, if he didn't know that he was probably hurting the person in the mascot costume for the heat, then he's an idiot. If he wasn't aware that punching like that would maybe do some damage to the person inside the costume, then he's just absolutely stupid. Sweatloaf over on Discord says, I almost feel bullied into switching back to Apple. That's what they're trying to do.
Good.
Yeah, that's the intent right there. They are trying to make you feel like you're in a ghettoized version of the world, and you can't mix in with the higher class blue bubbles, and that's what they're going to do until you buy one of their damn phones.
I mean, you might as well.
Just get on board.
We look down upon you.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about the Vision Pro or whatever that thing is just yet, but as the days go by, I'm like, I really want to play with that thing. So with the
Where's Sealand when I need him?
With the goggles, I want to play with that thing. Is what I'm talking about.
Yeah, sure.
I think it looks cool. I think it looks like a fun time. Here is, let's see here, Dementos with a dispatch.
Hey, what's going on, News Junkie? Hey, those kids that got lost in the jungle, I was listening to a report this morning, and the natives that were helping the, I guess, the army look for those kids.
Never mind, Dementos.
Spoiler alert, he says they did drugs to find the kids.
Now I know the ending, so we're going to stop you there. But we got your dispatches rolling in, so make sure you join us on the show. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and send that now. There's another attack on Gen Z. You guys can't get a break anywhere. You can't get a break out there. What's happening? Wait till you hear this. And it's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Holding your virtual hand as the world crumbles. Real Radio 104.1 on Facebook. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
Hey, what's happening? I hope your week is off to a great start on this Monday. And right now on the major highways and roads of Orlando, a few delays. And the first is on Kirkman Road, both north and southbound. And that's between LB McLeod Road and Metro West Boulevard. An incident has that area blocked, so seek an alternate route. Of course, your usual delay east and westbound on I-4, approaching State Road 535. But also take note, a right lane is blocked on Orange Avenue, and that's southbound at Gore Street. Our Safe Touch security line is 866-676-8477. I'm Brian Black.
This report is sponsored by Duke Energy. Storm season is here, and Duke Energy is ready, strengthening their systems, ready to respond to any outages quickly and safely, and to keep you informed with text and email alerts. Visit duke-energy.com/storms. That's duke-energy.com/storms.
This September, our iHeartRadio Music Festival is coming back to Las Vegas.
September 22nd and 23rd at T-Mobile Arena.
Streaming live only on Hulu. Tickets go on sale Friday, June 16th at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific. But starting Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern, Capital One cardholders can score tickets and other awesome experiences before anyone else for 48 hours only or while pre-sale tickets last.
Visit iHeartRadio.com/Capital One for more pre-sale details.
What's in your wallet?
And Guldo shoots, scores!
Orlando City's next match is on the road as the Lions travel north to take on the New England Revolution on Saturday, June 17th at 7:30 p.m. Tune in on FM 96.9 The Game and watch on any device on the Apple TV app. Or join your fellow City fans at Wolfhound Irish Pub in Claremont for the official Orlando City Watch Party presented by Heineken Silver.
Summer's heating things up, outside and on the grill. Whether you're smoking a brisket or grilling up veggies, Kingsford Original Charcoal delivers the consistent performance and smoky wood-fired flavor barbecuers crave. Kingsford Original lights faster and has a long burn time, giving you the ultimate grilling experience. So grab a bag of Kingsford Original Charcoal. Kingsford.com. Kingsford Original Charcoal lights faster and delivers consistent performance compared to nationally available charcoal in the USA.
My fellow Americans, RC Hill here from RC Hill Mitsubishi. I think it's high time we celebrate and break free from your old ride and declare your independence in a nicer, newer car for just $7 down. Have you been feeling put down? Then it's time to let freedom ride. So keep your cash and drive a new 23 Outlander for just $7 down. So kick your old ride to the curb and let freedom ride for just $7 down. But hurry, this celebration ends soon. I'm RC Hill, your car dealer next door. Get free at rchill.com.
Welcome back. Dave and Herb here, and we're talking fresh.
Fresh from Florida, that is. Dave, tell our listeners about the produce that's in season.
There's tomatoes, broccoli, watermelon, freppers, spinach.
Wait, hold it. You're just putting fra in front of produce.
Yeah, as in fresh from Florida.
Produce tastes better when it's grown closer to home. You don't need to make up words.
Really?
Ugh, friends. Visit followfreshfromflorida.com to see what's in season.
Don't you mean .from?
Ugh, really?
Packing for your summer road trip? Leave the travel guide at home and bring the Autio app along for the ride. Autio brings any drive to life with fascinating stories about the places you go, all narrated by expert storytellers. Browse through Autio's more than 10,000 fascinating location-based tales to inspire your travel itinerary and discover unique destinations along the way. Wherever summer takes you, make your next drive an adventure with Autio, the perfect companion for your next road trip. Learn more at autio.com.
Hi, welcome to the IKEA Midsummer Days. We're celebrating with fun in-store events for IKEA family members and lots of savings.
Oh, hi. I'm looking for extra chairs to host my pickleball team dinner.
We can help you save on that and more.
Great. And that flower crown looks amazing.
Come make your own in-store on June 23rd through 25th. Plus, buy tickets to the June 23rd Swedish Midsummer Buffet at your local store. Go to IKEA-USA.com/midsummer for more details. Offer valid 5/30 to 7/4. U.S. only while supplies last. Selection may vary by store and online. See store on IKEA-USA.com for complete terms. Restrictions apply.
I had a radio listener call me after an accident. The insurance company offered him $700. He hired me that day, and we were covered $100,000. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Potential clients may not obtain same or similar results. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
If you're hiring, it can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. In fact, ZipRecruiter has helped a lot of business owners find their needle in a haystack, like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers. Because Telly Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who've used ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
Hey shoppers, this is your local farmer letting you know that Florida watermelon is in season and available in the produce section right now. Whoa, hey, careful now. There's plenty of juicy watermelon and other tasty Florida-grown produce for everyone. I mean, all you have to do is ask for Fresh from Florida or look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo while you shop. We're going to need a lot more help at checkout.
If you're the victim of a car crash, never rush to settle with the insurance companies and never settle for just any attorney. Demand Anna Jar Levine. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
In Office Orlando. Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
In just a moment. Those are all lined up and ready to go. Plus, we got jury duty on the way before too long and a whole lot more for you on a Monday. Thanks for hanging out with us. If you miss any of the show, go get the podcast over at thenewsjunkie.com. A couple of things I want to get into. One was something that went viral over the weekend was this guy posted a Twitter video, and he said, I got a drink at a bar that only had robot bartenders. And he shows the bar, and it's like this place. It's kind of interesting because the ceiling of the place is all of the alcohol bottles, and then the robots go over and like grab what bottle they need.
Was that a bar?
This is it here. Hang on, let me turn this down because I have no idea what they're going to be saying. But you can hear the club music going. All right, and then the robot just grabs the bottles, mixes a drink, and I mean, it's kind of cool looking, but I'd rather have a human being do it, if you ask me.
Yeah, where's the flair?
There's no flair at all. They're not even moving that fast.
The flair is in the robot.
And all of it is going to be so measured out. Like, you're going to get the weakest drink ever.
No heavy pours from the
Not
robot.
at all. No.
Josh, your wife, one of my best friends.
Nice lady.
Were you guys together when they went on a cruise, you and your mother, or her and her mother-in-law, and they had the robot bartenders?
Yes, I do remember.
That was one of the first places they had them was on these cruise
And it
ships.
was the same arms, right?
Yeah, it was like...
Were you on that cruise?
No, that was too early for her to want to go anywhere with me.
All right, maybe next time?
Yeah, that was like early on with that technology on like a brand new cruise ship as like a preview thing.
Right.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's something to get people excited and stuff, but I'm not super excited about this because he said the drink cost $21. So
that's
I'm
insane.
sorry?
No human is involved. You have a robot making you a drink, and they're like, "Oh, that'll be $21."
Okay, so you have your Miami club prices.
Oh yeah,
But no tip.
No, they asked for tip too. They asked.
What does that go towards?
To the robot overlords, I guess.
No way.
I swear to you. They're like, they ask you when you're checking out if you'd like to tip. I am not tipping a robot.
No, but you know what?
I'm never doing that.
You can go no tip, and then you won't have that weird moment where a human bartender will be like, what the hell?
True.
Yeah.
You didn't tip me.
You don't have to feel bad about the robot at all. I'm never tipping a robot.
I thought the idea of technology replacing the human element was to make things cheaper.
That didn't happen.
So what
here.
the hell?
No. And why am I supposed to believe that it's a premium for you to take the humans out of the equation in this case? A bartender does a lot of things, okay? A really good bartender.
Yeah, it makes you feel like you're dating or something.
A bartender is almost like a psychologist or something. Like, they have to get to know people and their personalities. The ones who do this make a lot of money because they're really good at it. They will talk to you and have ongoing conversations with you. Also, a good bartender sometimes will try to get people at the bar to talk to each other to encourage, like, cross communication.
Because they don't want to talk to you anymore.
Well,
that's why I did it.
They just take you and use you as a tool to talk to the other people in there, and then everybody has a good time, right? And they do flair. It's fun to watch them make the drinks sometimes, et cetera, et cetera. John Taffer would be out of a job if this is the future of bars.
No, he'll yell at the robots.
Go in there and scream at the robots and
that bar
shut it
rescue
down.
guy.
Yeah, these stupid robots are the worst kind of replacement robots. If I can go through the McDonald's drive-thru and seamlessly get everything perfect, and there's no human beings involved, and a robot team just made my fine. If they made my food, fine. But I'm not paying more money, number one. And number two, it's not like they are acting like it's a cool thing. Like, ooh, do you want to go get the robot bartender experience? No, I don't want I want somebody
really.
who knows what they're doing is going to see me and give me a wink and give me a little bit of a stronger pour. And I don't want, no. That's not for me.
Maybe what we're missing here is that people that aren't alcoholics will like the robot bartenders.
It might be a little bit more. I understand that. Yeah. You know what's changing about me? This is a weird thing that is happening to me in real time. I've kicked the drinking down a little bit and sort of changed the way I drink, right? So we were going out like every night and getting real strong drinks at the bar, and I was like, I gotta be a little healthier here. My triglycerides are through the roof. Things are not looking good. And so now we mostly have like a couple of seltzers at home. We have a couple of shots if we're watching a movie or something, and we just enjoy ourselves that way. All of a sudden, now that I'm not drinking Captain and Diets like I did for so long,
Very long time.
only thing I drank. Now I'm looking at the menu. I'm like, what do they have for specials here? And I'm like, getting like fruity concoctions.
That's worse for you, man.
I'm only getting one of them. I'm only getting one that I'll drink while I'm at the bar. And I'll just I'll go
the
with
sex on the beach,
like a Bahama Mama or something. I'll totally go for it. Courtney got this thing. It was like the most girly, fruity drink in the world. I was like, that is friggin' delicious. I just want to sit here and sip on that whole
That's
thing.
why your
right
breasts
now.
look so supple.
Hey, look, whatever it takes or whatever it happens, I'm fine with it because that is the way to live, man.
I'm happy for you.
I can't do fruity drinks.
You don't like them?
No, the hangover is awful.
But I just had one.
It makes me feel different.
Oh,
no, thank
man.
you.
I
don't
love it.
I don't F with vodka anymore.
No?
We broke up after college. I drank so much of it and like really crappy vodka that I could smell it from a mile away.
It's
Can't
not
do-
the greatest drunk. It is one that you'll pay for afterwards. But now I've gotten to the point where like I've been drinking a lot of water and I'm not even feeling like today. I don't even feel hungover.
Who are you?
You know, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, generally, every day
You
I
couldn't
feel
say
hungover.
the same on Friday.
No, no, of course not.
I
But-
love that you've changed your life so much in 2 days.
No,
during the week.
Look, you know what changed it? I'll be honest with you here. Some real talk for you.
Okay.
Real talk.
Get
okay.
real. You want to play that music and tell us?
The thing with the cops at the bar. After that, I was like,
I'm not going to the bar anymore.
I can't go to the bar and have a couple of drinks if I was planning on driving myself home.
Right.
Because now there's an entire branch of law enforcement that would be very eager
Is that
to pull me
something
over.
you wanted to consider before all that started?
Yes, maybe, but we all do what we do. And in this case, I'm like, hey, I'm not missing this that much. Let's do things differently here.
Yeah,
we're going
I feel
out,
you.
going out and getting dinner at a place, and then going home and having drinks after that.
Build back better.
That's right. We're building back better, and no robots involved in this at all. That's just an absolute mess.
Now put yourself in a place in which you live by yourself,
Mm-hmm.
and then you realize that plan changes,
It could.
and you drink alone,
Yeah, it could be. I can see the vibe shift.
and you have 3 animals, and you play a lot of video games.
Hey, the animals and the video games make life better.
Yeah,
all
then
right?
you're not alone.
That's enriching. If you take the video games away, Josh is real screwed because he's deep in the Zelda hole right
That
now.
Zelda, I mean, it might as well have no animals that talk back to you.
There.
I don't understand that game. It doesn't. I'm not drawn to it. Too open world
I
for
get
me.
it. It's fun.
It's
a
big,
time
though.
suck.
I'm not. Everyone is very obsessed with it. I
Mm-hmm.
need give me a Call of Duty where I can see my work go into play immediately.
Right. Yeah, it's not like a long
Death, destruction.
Would you
restart.
consider Zelda a strategy game? Is that what that would be, or no?
Puzzles?
I think what's the term?
Boring.
No. It's open world.
Open world,
kind of role playing, but there is a lot of strategy involved.
Carter on YouTube says, I saw Sean at the bar last week. Buddy ordered a round of buttery nipples. That is not true. I'm not drinking buttery
believe
nipples.
that.
I'm just saying, when all of a sudden, when you're only going to have like one drink at the bar, you're like, if I'm going to have one drink, hit me with something cool here. You know?
Yeah, with your best shot.
Put an umbrella in this thing, all right? Put
That's what I've always said.
And then Sean eats the umbrella.
I want like something with like rum punch mania, right? Like something that sounds like a
Where
party.
are you at? A Sandals Beach Resort?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, I'm not, but like when we were
should
at
go back.
when we were at that Sandals, that whole time I was drinking
Pina
those
coladas for days.
I was drinking those rum runners.
Oh yeah, same.
I had a
That's a good
blast,
time.
man. Oh, my life is changing. It's for the better, I think.
Yeah.
They won't even serve me at the young hip new restaurant.
Because you asked where to seat, and it's open table.
No, it's not. They're supposed to. I'm telling you, there was a woman behind the counter with 6-inch nails, and when I went up, Courtney said, "Can we get a table for 2?" And she goes, I don't know." And then we said, "Okay." And then when we came back around, she had sat like 4 or 5 people, even couples of 2 after us. And then she's like, "It's going to be an hour." Like, okay, apparently you're not interested in my business all that much, which is a shame because I wanted to eat something there.
It's the fruity drinks.
Yeah, maybe that's it. They're like the fruity drink guys here. We got to clear this out. We can't do this right now. Real quick, Gen
go
Z.
2 different ways.
It all depends on where you put a comma in that sentence. It really does.
Are you okay, Josh?
Gen Z, I've got to come to their defense once again. And according to Business Insider, on average, fewer young adults are getting their driver's licenses than ever before. We mentioned this a couple of times, but it's getting worse and worse and worse and worse. The FHA, Florida Highway Administration, shows that only 68% of 19-year-olds nationwide got their driver's licenses in 2021. That's going down even further. And they said in 1997, the first year of Gen Z, but we went back in 1997, over 40% of 16-year-olds would have gone out and gotten their license. Both you get your license when you were 16?
Yeah.
Okay, you would have both been in this group. So 40% of people got their license when they turned 16.
We didn't have Uber.
Now, it's only about 25% of 16-year-olds that bother to go out and get their driver's license.
One of those being Olivia Rodrigo.
Yes, of course, with the famous song.
I get it.
But here's the thing. Everybody's starting to go like, oh, it's because they're loners and it's because they Uber. That's partially true, I think. But it's because the cars are so expensive. That's why it is. If you are a teenager right now and you want to get a car, in my day, if I could use that phrase once again.
Yeah, the ones that you had to turn up in the engine.
It wasn't crank cars. And I didn't
the one without the floor. You use your feet.
One of those pump things that they put on the train tracks. I didn't have one of those things. A regular car. But for like $3,000 or $4,000, you could get an okay car. Like you could get a car that was like, all right, this works. This is
my first car was via auction.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, like my dad went to. I mean,
that's where you get the deals.
God knows what that car was used for prior.
Right. Was that the car that you had when we first started doing the show?
Yeah, silver Bullet.
Yeah.
And it was a piece of crap.
Yeah, well, I thought that was a nice little car.
It was nice in its heyday, but 15 years later,
right.
Much like all the German cars,
things start to break down.
All of them at the same time.
Yeah.
But it was for... what it was, my first car, it was great.
I think
they got it for a very good price because it was
a couple $1,000s or something.
Yeah.
And now to get a car of that quality, it's like $10,000. It's expensive. It's very, very expensive.
And I'm in a spot right now, not being Gen Z, an elder millennial here, but I am at 10, 11 years with my car.
Yeah.
And she's not looking great. She had a great run, but it's either get a bunch of work done and run it to the ground, or I could sell it as a used car, and then what?
Well, the problem
is
the
best that I could find another car that's not going to.
The problem is if you do use it as a trade-in, the next vehicle that you get, the decent vehicles are like $40,000, $50,000, $60,000.
That's what people were getting brand new, like I don't know. I was about to say Mercedes, but that's not the case.
Well, I mean...
But for $50,000, you would be getting a nice higher class
Yeah, you're getting a luxury car. Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. You'd be getting... 10 years ago, you'd be getting a luxury car for $50,000. Now a luxury car is about $70,000 to $80,000.
That's wild.
It's a very, very expensive marketplace out there. So it's no surprise to me that some teenager who goes to try to get a job and they're only really eligible for entry-level jobs, and they go, oh, I can make $12 an hour at Publix if I'm lucky, and then I get my paycheck for 2 weeks, and I've made $320, and in the course of a month, I can't even afford just the payment on a car to purchase.
Good luck.
Yeah, you're screwed. You're absolutely screwed. That's tough, man. All right, quick break.
Good luck, kids.
When we come back, yeah, it's a tough time out there, Gen Z. When we come back, the guy in the chokehold death story is finally speaking out, telling his side of things. We'll hear from him when we return. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Facebook may have changed how it looks, but we still remain your source for the content you never knew you needed or wanted. Real Radio 1041 on Facebook, powered by Anna Jar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
This report is sponsored by Fresh from Florida.
Aaron Rodgers admitted over the weekend he's happier than ever in the Big Apple. Unlike Green Bay, he's loving the New York limelight, sitting courtside, attending award shows. Aaron's always just needed a little push to get him back on track. And as we've seen with other stars, playing in New York is humbling and motivating, which is why his newfound energy doesn't shock me one bit. I'm Colin Cowherd.
Hey shoppers, this is your local farmer letting you know that Florida watermelon is in season right now. Look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo while you shop. We're going to need a lot more help at checkout.
From the Florida Department of Agriculture.
GiveMeTheVin.com is America's best car buyer for a reason. We don't sell your leads to anyone else like the rest of our competitors. You're our customer. We handle our customers right, and that's why we're America's best car buyer. You're not going to get harassed by a bunch of different people selling your information. GiveMeTheVin.com dominates. Why? Because we take care of our customers. They don't call me America's best car buyer for nothing.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
The Home Depot and Behr have what you need when you need it, delivered straight to your job site and at an everyday low price. We're now delivering top-rated Behr paint, stains, and primers directly to you same day or next day. Plus, pros earn discounts with Pro Extra Paint rewards. Contact a Behr Pro Paint specialist to schedule your paint delivery today. The Home Depot. How doers get more done. Limitations may apply. Not available in all markets. See store for details.
WORK, Work News Radio.
Next up, incidents of pressing all the elevator buttons unexpectedly spike on Bring Your Kid to Work Day. But first, the latest on a team lunch that wasn't ordered through EasyCater.
I'm in the break room where lunch that was previously announced on the way has now been downgraded to hopefully soon.
Fingers crossed, Michelle. Fingers crossed.
Newsflash, it's hard when the food is late, but at EasyCater, we make hard easy. With food for work delivered on time and is ordered from over 100,000 restaurants. Order 24/7 at EasyCater.com.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go. Shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit notimetowait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here. You know, everybody knows your eyes are the window to your world. That's why I would never consider a discount surgical center for LASIK vision correction. And certainly one of the many reasons I turned my son and my father-in-law onto the team over at the Filatowski Eye Institute, a recognized leader in vision correction surgery. See the world more clearly. Schedule your consultation today at the Filatowski Eye Institute by texting 1041 to 868686. The Filatowski Eye Institute, the smart choice and the only choice for LASIK vision correction.
Second half of the year looking busier than the first? Hire with Indeed. Their powerful platform makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire candidates in one place. Sponsor a job and immediately get a short list of quality candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
FAS Windows and Doors is the company to use to make your house feel better and look better. You know what they can do? Get rid of those single pane aluminum frame windows and get you double insulated vinyl windows. That'll save you money, make your AC work less, make your house look better and feel better. And I tell you, man, they can do it for you fast. Their showroom, easy to find. Fairbanks and I-4, slide in, pick out the windows that you love, have them installed by their pros, and your house will never, ever be the same. And they can even do that for you in the door as well. Book your consultation today easily at faswd.com.
Why do you change your car's air filter? Because when it's clogged, it doesn't work. The same is true of your nose, the body's air filter. It's great at trapping allergens, dust, and viruses, but unless you clean it regularly, they can stay trapped, making you miserable. I'm Martin Hogue, inventor of Navage, the world's only nose cleaner with powered suction. Navage pulls saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out the other nostril, helping to flush out allergens, mucus, and germs. Here's a testimonial from a verified purchaser and a big Navage fan. Quote, I've been suffering for 30 years with chronic sinus infections and allergies. I stumbled across Navage. The suction is amazing. It cleared my sinus cavities better than anything I've tried before. Unquote. Navage has over 120,000 reviews with a 4.6-star average written by people who use Navage to breathe better, snore less, and feel healthier. Wash your body's air filter with Navage at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, and Target. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
Jesse Kelly here. I'm not a financial expert, but I do look for solid investment opportunities for investment growth and protection against loss. I do know that putting all your eggs in one basket is not a good financial plan. Securing your IRA or 401k with real gold and silver with Oxford Gold is as easy as 1, 2, 3. Or you can buy precious metals and keep them in your safe. One app, one call, and you pick your precious metals. That's 833-404-GOLD. That's 833-404-GOLD.
Fontainebleau Miami Beach is your summer paradise getaway. Unwind and renew at Lapa Spa and float among 11 pools just steps from the ocean. The possibilities are endless. Save up to 25%, plus receive up to $100 resort credit when you stay 4 nights or more, June through September. Book now at fountainblue.com.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Radio. Radio. 104.1.
And I've told you before that Courtney gets the remote. She's in charge of the TV stuff. I don't even pretend anymore. And I have to have it this way because I know that, like here's an example. This is what happened this weekend. You've been recommending this new Alien show on Apple Plus, Sabrina. Invasion. And Invasion sounded cool to me, right? But Courtney doesn't like alien stuff. And she's like, oh, okay, let's watch that. She was pretending like she was going to be nice enough to let me get to try out a show on my own, right? And so we're going to watch it. And then I do this thing where I try to, like, emphasize all the interesting things that are happening so I can get her more into it. I'm like, whoa, look at the alien. Wow. And then I'll be like, oh, look, this is shot really cool. Like, and I'm trying to like, I'm trying to get her on board with me. And and I look over and she's looking on her phone and she's Googling for a movie to watch. Like, she didn't even check in with me. She's like,
she's done.
Yeah, this is done.
But you both like Silo?
I love Silo, and I liked the beginning that I saw of the alien thing. I was enjoying it.
Just
Doesn't
wait.
matter.
So this, apparently, we had a dispatcher reach out to us after I started talking about it.
Uh-huh.
It came out in like 2021.
Did it?
And I guess the new season is coming out very soon.
Oh, okay.
That's why it's gaining popularity.
Yeah, because it's still in like the top 10 or something like that.
And he said that it starts off slow, but then, and he was not lying, the last like 2 episodes are, you're on the edge of your seat the entire time.
I only got to see 10 minutes. Then she
10 minutes?
unceremoniously turned it off and put
Did
something
she
else.
like Silo, though?
She loves Silo.
Well, then she would have liked this one.
I think she would have liked this one,
I think
too.
you're just saying this because I finally give a recommendation and you don't want to watch it.
No, that's not true. I wanted to watch it.
Josh, in a year, Sean's going to be like, I just started watching this brand new Invasion.
No.
It's the greatest thing. I'm telling you guys,
I
it's
wanted
going
to
be
watch
the
it.
greatest.
I could see 5 seconds in. She's like, aliens. I'm like, why do you hate alien stuff? Some of the coolest movies are alien stuff.
Did you tell her that there's also murder in it?
It didn't matter. She had checked out. And then here's
not
the thing.
gonna watch it.
Here's the thing. She'll hear this right now, and she'll be like, I'll watch it with you. I'll watch it with you if you want. And I'm like, I don't want to watch it with you if I know that you're not enjoying it while I'm watching it. You know what I'm saying?
You do the same for her.
I sit there and watch whatever. She usually picks out good
compromise.
stuff. I'm usually on board with that. But in this case, she wasn't 5 seconds into it before she was on her phone Googling
Now,
all kinds
was this
of stuff.
after the fruity drinks?
Maybe
try starting it. Try starting it during the morning.
Yeah, it was after like a couple of drinks. I think it was
go in sober and come out drunk.
Yeah, that's probably the best move. But that's what she does.
Sometimes you can't, like, I've had to watch one of those episodes like 4 different times because I come home with a buzz and I'm like, I'm gonna watch the rest of it, and then passed out, and then I try again, and then fall asleep or get distracted. So.
Yeah.
Give me a Saturday morning, and that's when I'm like full blown into the movie or TV
Well,
show.
I know damn well I couldn't watch that Russian doll show if I was any bit of drunk because that was like a math problem to figure out as you were watching it.
That's right.
But yeah, she gave me like 5 minutes of that show, and that's what happens, you know. I just have to deal with it, or I could watch it on my own. But you know, when am I going to do that? I don't have any time to do that.
Whenever you want.
Yeah, you have actually plenty of time to do that.
It looked good at the beginning. It was really cool the way it was shot, and I swear to God, I was like, "Oh, look at this! Wow!"
The last 5 minutes are insane.
Yeah. Oh.
Yes, I cannot wait. I kept like feverishly Googling when the next season is going to be out, and there is no certain release date yet. They're like, maybe this summer we're going to tell you when the date is for it.
Yeah, I want to get in that. I think we might also rewatch The Bear, since that's coming out soon, the new season of The Bear.
You have to rewatch it? I mean...
Yeah, I don't remember that much.
The guy in the restaurant, he curses a lot to say, yes, chef.
A lot of yelling. There's some tomato sauce.
Delicious food.
Mm-hmm.
He used to be really good, and there was another guy who abused him, so that's why he's abusing everybody
Joel
else.
McHale shows up.
And then he drugged the kids, put stuff in there like a little... What was it, High C or something?
Oh, the Ecto Cooler.
The Ecto Cooler was drugged and all the
don't
kids
remember
passed
that
out. It was weird. It was a weird twist for that show. All right, here we go. Let's get into it. Let's do jury duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass. You're now on jury duty with the News Junkie.
Jury duty brought to you by the one, the only Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. 866-CALL-MO. 866-CALL-MOE. After you get into an accident, you need to start doing the right thing. Don't worry about looking like you're litigious or something. You're protecting yourself and your family and your future, and you need to do that the right way by going to Mo DeWitt. He's going to hear you out, listen to your whole story, and then fight for you against the insurance companies, and he does it all the time. I get nothing but good feedback from people who are working with Moses. You don't just become, like a cell in a spreadsheet, the case that they want to settle as fast as they possibly can. It's not like that, and you deserve better. 866-CALL-MO, 866-CALL-MO, or go to justcallmo.com. Angel on YouTube said, so Butt Boy was a Courtney find? I think it was. I think she did
And
find
that had
Butt
nothing
Boy.
to do with aliens?
No. Butt Boy, you could make the argument that there maybe is some alien involvement.
Okay.
That was quite the movie.
Courtney, give it another chance, I swear.
I think we should watch it, but she gets,
It's more about the humans than it is the aliens.
She gets that way sometimes. All right, here's the guy from this incident on the subway in New York. Daniel Penny is his name. And Jordan Neely was this homeless guy who was freaking out on the subway and shouting out a bunch of things. And this guy ends up holding him in a chokehold. And we haven't heard from him at all. He hasn't had his side of this equation rolled in. But there are people who are really pissed off about this guy. I often think that people get very angry about shadow versions of incidents. This happens all the time. And so many times there's people who don't know what actually happened. One of the worst is Kyle Rittenhouse. If you ask somebody what happened with Kyle Rittenhouse, the version that most people will tell you, you're like, whoa, okay, this is why people were freaked out when he was found not guilty, because you thought it happened this way, and really it happened this way. You get all those stories that just kind of get a life of their own out there without the facts in place. So let's see what he says. All right, we heard some news stories on this. Let's see what his statements are. I haven't heard this yet.
Village in Manhattan, so I take the subway multiple times a day. In this instance, I was coming from school. I got out of class around 2:15, and I took I was at J Street Metro Tech, took the downtown F train. At 2nd Avenue, a man came on, stumbled on. He appeared to be on drugs. The doors closed, and he ripped his jacket off and threw it at the people sitting down to my left.
Okay.
He
I was
said
listening to
violently and
music
stopped
at the
himself.
time, and he was yelling, so I took my headphones out to hear what he was yelling. And the three main threats that he repeated over and over was, I'm going to kill you, I'm prepared to go to jail for life, and I'm willing to die. This was a scary situation, and Mr. Neely came on. He was threatening. I'm 6'2", and he was taller than me, so it was.
Is he really that big?
There's a common misconception that Marines don't get scared. We're actually taught one of our core values is courage.
Woof.
What's wrong with that? What's wrong with him saying the thing about the Marines?
I mean, are you making a statement, or are you trying to promote the Marines?
No, what he's trying to do is his attorneys have told him, buddy, you got to get out in front of this story. You got to tell people your side of what's going on. And what we've learned about what's happened in this subway has evolved over time. At first, it was here's a short clip of a white guy choking a black guy, and the black guy dies. And then everybody goes, rah, 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 up in arms. Instantly, everybody who's left of center has their version of what's going on here. This is racism. This is this is that. Everybody who's right of center is this is a useless hobo, and he was screaming at the top of his lungs and going to kill everybody. And, two different versions of things. We could at least hear from him. And so far he's saying the guy threw his jacket down, He was screaming, saying he was going to kill somebody. And then what else did he say? He said
he is prepared to go to jail.
Oh, he's prepared to go to jail for the rest
As
of
one
his
on
life.
drugs says.
And he's just screaming at people.
Not the absence of fear, but how you handle fear. And, you know, I was scared for myself, but I looked around, I saw women and children. He was yelling in their faces, saying these threats. I couldn't just sit still. Some people say that I was holding on to Mr. Neely for 15 minutes. This is not true. I mean, between stops is only a couple minutes. So the whole interaction lasted less than 5 minutes.
So he says less than 5 minutes.
Some people say I was trying to choke him to death, which is also not true. I was trying to restrain him. You can see in the video there's a clear rise and fall of his chest, indicating that he's breathing. I'm trying to restrain him from him being able to carry out the threats. And then some people say that this was about race, which is absolutely ridiculous. I didn't see a black man threatening passengers. I saw a man threatening passengers, a lot of whom were people of color. The man who helped restrain Mr. Neely was a person of color. And then a few days after the incident, I read in the papers that a woman of color came out and called me a hero. I don't believe that I'm a hero, but she was one of those people that I was trying to protect. We were all scared.
I don't know
Mr.
where they
Neely
are
was-
here, by the way. I don't know if
It
he's
looks like a hotel room.
Yeah, it looks like he's put on a suit and he's like in some hotel, and they just popped up a camera to interview him real quick, and then they've just chopped this up from there. So he's saying he had to do this. He felt the need to intervene. He thought there was some danger. He thought the guy's chest was still moving and breathing. He didn't expect that he would have died as a result of this, and he thought he was doing the right thing, which seems fairly normal to
yelling
me.
in these passengers' faces, and they looked terrified. The reason why there was no video at the start of the altercation was because people were too afraid getting away from him, and the videos didn't start until they saw that situation was under control.
That always
I knew
happens.
I had to act, and I acted in a way that would protect the other passengers, protect myself, and protect Mr. Neely. I used this hole to restrain him, and I did this by leaving my hand on top of his head to control his body.
Quick question. I do not know the answer to this. When he says he was in the Marines, do they teach you like holds in the Marines? That seems more like an MMA thing to me, right? Like
I have no idea.
Because I don't know holds. I don't know how to like choke holds other than like the obvious stuff you see in wrestling or something. I don't know that you would learn that in the Marines. Anybody who's been through the Marines and has been a Marine, once a Marine, always a Marine.
They say Marines have courage, but didn't have some that day. But I was able to do that, Marines.
Well, let us know if you did go through the Marines. You don't like this guy.
I don't. I hate his hair
Why?
too.
His hair is douchey.
I hate to do this, but he kind of looks like Forrest.
Oh, he does.
Just
a little
with curly
bit.
hair.
Forrest is way better.
I agree.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
The guy seems fine to me. I mean, I don't think he did anything that crazy here. I think people got mad at a different version of this. And it's always this thing where people just kind of make up their minds and go, no, here's what happened. And if he didn't do anything on the subway and then the guy like starts attacking people, then it's like, why didn't somebody do anything? We're in like this really weird trouble spot. And the biggest thing at the heart of all this, people always go, wow, there's nothing you could do to stop this from happening again. Hell yeah, there is. Hell yeah, there is. We have all these people out there who are like ticking time bombs because they're in the middle of mental health crises. And if we take those people and we get them, even if they don't want it, right? Even if they don't want it, if we get them help and get them in a better headspace, we won't have to worry about incidents like this. But we don't do that. We just have crazy people out there mingling in with all the other folks on the subway, and we go, we'll arrest him when he commits a crime. We got to wait. We'll sit back. That's stupid. That's a dumb way to handle this thing.
You can see in the video there's a clear rise and fall of his chest, indicating that he was still breathing. And I'm calibrating my grip based on the force that he's exerting. And I was trying to keep him on the ground until the police came. I was praying that the police would come and take this situation over. I didn't want to be put in that situation, but I couldn't just sit still and let him carry out these threats.
All right, there he is. That's the guy who was on the subway. I'm sure his attorney's like working with, hey, do this. Make sure you say this.
So I am seeing they teach hand-to-hand combat from one person.
Yeah. Paul on YouTube says, yes, I spent 8 years in the Marine Corps. And you are trained these things. And some people are saying in basic training, they'll tell you about this
But
stuff.
it's not to put enemies to sleep. It's to kill the enemies, is it not?
Yeah, it's just hand-to-hand combat is what it would be. Like if you end up, which
I can't imagine
doesn't
being
happen much.
in Afghanistan. It's like, all right, we're going to let these terrorists just go to sleep real quick.
No.
And then we're going to get out of here.
Well, look, he's saying it was like a submission hold. I don't know enough about like holds to know.
Well, you saw me get into a submission hold, and I
Yes.
did not die.
Yeah, it was different though than the hold that he was doing on this guy on this subway.
Right.
The hold that he was doing
That guy
is
died.
not something I've seen before. Now the guy died, but it doesn't mean that the person should go to jail for murder who killed him. And this guy's actually facing charges. I don't know if they hit him with murder or manslaughter. I don't remember what the charges are. Oh, we got
I
to take a quick
assume
break.
manslaughter.
Yeah, I think it might have been.
Oh, God, we had to go.
Yeah, we're way over. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with a family that was cleaning out their home and found something absolutely amazing, plus your thoughts on this and everything else. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Record your first dispatch right now. It's all coming up next on The News Junkie.
Displaying a level of apathy that can only be achieved through years of studying. Okay, guess you don't want to be petted. Cats. Real Radio 104.1.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Hey, what's happening? I hope you are having a safe and great start to your week on this Monday. And right now on the major highways and roads of Orlando, a few things are happening, causing delays. The first, all lanes are still closed north and southbound on Kirkman Road between McLeod Road and Metro West Boulevard, as well as US 192 westbound at Old Lake Wilson Road. All lanes are closed there due to an incident, and of course your usual delay east and westbound on I-4 approaching State Road 535. Our Safe Touch Security traffic tip line number is 866-676-8477. I'm Brian Black.
This report is sponsored by Fresh from Florida.
Hey shoppers, this is your local farmer letting you know that Florida watermelon is in season right now. Look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo while you shop. We're going to need a lot more help at checkout.
From the Florida Department of Agriculture.
This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. Dads, this Father's Day, Cordell & Cordell celebrates you the entire month of June. Join us every Friday for our live webinar series, Father's Fridays. There you'll receive much useful information from our panel of speakers. To register, go to CordellCordell.com/Father's Day.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Orlando area attorneys. Office in Orlando. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only. CordellCordell.com.
WORK Work News Radio.
Next up, incidents of pressing all the elevator buttons unexpectedly spike on Bring Your Kid to Work Day. But first, the latest on a team lunch that wasn't ordered through EasyCater.
I'm in the break room where lunch that was previously announced on the way has now been downgraded to hopefully soon.
Fingers crossed, Michelle. Fingers crossed.
Newsflash, it's hard when the food is late, but at EasyCater, we make hard easy. With food for work delivered on time and is ordered from over 100,000 restaurants. Order 24/7 at EasyCater.com.
Packing for your summer road trip? Leave the travel guide at home and bring the Autio app along for the ride. Autio brings any drive to life with fascinating stories about the places you go, all narrated by expert storytellers. Browse through Autio's more than 10,000 fascinating location-based tales to inspire your travel itinerary and discover unique destinations along the way. Wherever summer takes you, make your next drive an adventure with Autio, the perfect companion for your next road trip. Learn more at AUTIO.com.
Rise and shine, honey. We don't want to miss our flight.
Our flight is in 7 hours. And we have TSA PreCheck with our Navy Federal flagship credit card.
TSA PreCheck. Getting my Bugle through security will be so much easier now.
Learn how you can earn up to 3 times points on travel with the flagship credit card at NavyFederal.org. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Insured by NCUA.
We're more than truck drivers. We're road pros.
Yep. Want to know the best way to get somewhere? Ask a truck driver. We know where the pavement is smooth and the stop signs are few and far between.
We also know where the best donuts are and where to find the fuel that helps keep our engines cleaner.
Using Synergy diesel-efficient fuel from Exxon and Mobil stations helps us get better mileage.
They provide quick ways to pay so you can get back on the road. They're dependable like that.
Pros like us.
Yeah.
Yep.
Learn more and find a station at Exxon.com compared to diesel without detergent additives. Results may vary.
The new Smokin' Triple Stack at Firehouse Subs is stacked high with honey ham, smoked jerky, and slow-smoked beef brisket. To top it off, a portion of every purchase helps provide life-saving equipment to first responders. The Smokin' Triple Stack Sub. Get it for a limited time, only at Firehouse Subs. Participating U.S. locations. Firehouse of America, LLC, and Firehouse Subs suppliers together will donate 0.09% of purchases in 2023 at Firehouse Subs locations to the Firehouse Subs Public Safety Foundation for the purchase of life-saving equipment with a minimum donation of $1 million.
Hi, welcome to the IKEA Midsummer Days. We're celebrating with fun in-store events for IKEA family members and lots of savings.
Oh, hi. I'm looking for extra chairs to host my pickleball team dinner.
We can help you save on that and more.
Great. And that flower crown looks amazing.
Come make your own in-store on June 23rd through 25th. Plus, buy tickets to the June 23rd Swedish Midsummer Buffet at your local store. Go to IKEA-USA.com/midsummer for more details. Offer valid 5/30 to 7/4. U.S. only while supplies last. Selection may vary by store and online. See store on IKEA-USA.com for complete terms. Restrictions apply.
Hey, Monster fans, Russ here. You know what is really scary? Utility rates. So let's talk about solar. You may have seen solar popping up all over the place. Well, there's a good reason. One is utility rates are rising. Two, government incentives can dramatically lower the cost to solar. So if you want to go solar, call Solar Source. Monster fans get special access to their new solar estimate tool. Visit solarsource.com/monsters. That's solarsource.com/monsters.
Cento Family Moving and Storage is Central Florida's trusted source for local and long-distance moving. From packing to delivery, Cento Moving is fully licensed and insured to provide you a seamless moving experience so you can enjoy your new home in no time. Get a quote today at centomoving.com. Forget the stress, move with the best.
WORK Work News Radio.
Next up, incidents of pressing all the elevator buttons unexpectedly spike on Bring Your Kid to Work Day. But first, the latest on a team lunch that wasn't ordered through EasyCater.
I'm in the break room where lunch that was previously announced on the way has now been downgraded to hopefully soon.
Fingers crossed, Michelle. Fingers crossed.
Newsflash, it's hard when the food is late, but at EasyCater, we make hard easy. With food for work delivered on time and is ordered from over 100,000 restaurants. Order 24/7 at easycater.com.
This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. Dads, this Father's Day, Cordell & Cordell celebrates you the entire month of June. Join us every Friday for our live webinar series, Father's Fridays. There you'll receive much useful information from our panel of speakers. To register, go to CordellCordell.com/Father's Day.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Orlando area attorneys. Office in Orlando. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only. CordellCordell.com.
Hey shoppers, this is your local farmer letting you know that Florida watermelon is in season right now. Look for the Sunny Fresh from Florida logo while you shop. We're going to need a lot more help at checkout.
Your doorbell camera is just that, a camera, not a security system. Get SafeTouch Security during their buy one, get one free sale. No one beats their technology or price. See for yourself. Visit safetouch.com. Remember, crooks know to stay away from SafeTouch houses. State license EF233.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Saw this weekend, but one of the more insane things I've seen, and I was like, I wonder if C-Lane's okay. Is he steering clear of this right now? But there was a video this weekend. I think I saw it on Twitter or something, and the video was a fight in New York City where C-Lane is at the moment.
Gotta be him.
And I said, oh boy, is he around this? What's happening there? Is he going to get back safely from New York City? I'm starting to sound like one of his parents who's like afraid C-Lane's going to get injured in the big city.
You've made fun of it for so long, you've become it.
Yeah, right. I've morphed into this over the years. So I watched this video, and it's a guy who's in the streets in Manhattan, and he's got a knife, and he's like trying to like stab at people who are walking by. And some other guy who is like a good Samaritan dude, he is like trying to fight the guy. He's trying to fist fight him.
Fist fight the knife guy.
He's trying to fist fight the knife guy.
Smart.
And he looks like he knows how to fight. You know, he's got his arms up and he's like throwing punches right. And he looks like he knows his way around a fight. but the other guy has a knife, and the guy keeps stabbing him. And it ended up with the guy dying on the sidewalk in the middle of the city. And I'm like, what the hell is going on here?
He just kept taking the stabs?
He just kept getting stabbed. And he would like try to punch the guy. And he was trying to help other people. But he ended up just on the other end of it here. Yeesh. And I go, oh my God, what the hell is going on out there? We're going to get to your dispatches. Those are rolling in right now. When you guys were younger, did you ever save up a bunch of change anywhere? Did you ever get into that?
Oh, yeah.
Like, I know we didn't do this, but my friend's house.
Coke bottle.
My friend's house had the big 5-gallon water bottle thing, and you just start filling that up.
Oh, yeah.
And once it's full, like, that's
I
gotta be
currently
a lot.
have a piggy bank.
Oh, do you?
It's a cat. Cat
and,
bank.
And
Cute.
well, I don't even encounter enough change that I'd be able to fill one of these up.
I got I do that, and after perhaps a night at Dancers, I will put some money into there as well. And I like every end of the year, or like when a big trip comes up, empty it out. I mean, I think last time I emptied it out was going to Colorado.
And how much you have?
I had like $200.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
That's pretty good, actually. Especially if you're going into a vacation.
And guess what I used for it in Colorado?
Marijuana. But it feels like found money, right? Like it feels like I didn't have this money before because it's just the extra change and stuff that people have. And I've done this too. But my dad would, oh God, I used to hate doing this. My dad would save everything. Pennies, I'll throw pennies in the trash can, friends. All right, I'm not
They are
trying to
useless.
flex on you, but pennies are stupid and useless. I'll throw a penny right in the garbage.
Unbelievable.
If I have like a receipt and a couple extra pennies, all of it's going right in the garbage. Don't even care. What do I need this for? But my dad would save all of the pennies, and then he would get like this. We used to get this country crock butter. I don't know if you've ever seen that.
Yeah, the brown plastic tub.
Yeah, it's like a big brown plastic tub. And my mom and dad, for some reason, would save every single one of them we ever used. And you put leftovers in it, you put pennies in it, you put whatever. You never knew what was going to be in those things.
Obviously.
And so we had one of those, and my dad filled it all the time with pennies, and then he'd just fill up another one. And by the time he'd have like 10 of these damn things, then he would make me count them all out and roll them into the penny rolls. And I'd be like, why are we doing this?
Because you're my son and I tell you what to do.
At the end of it, we get like $17, right? I think about all the labor that has gone into
And you got to stack 100 for $1.
Right. We had to do it, but we had invested in one of the machines.
Oh, you guys had one of the machines?
Yeah, I mean...
Like the thing,
like the rolling machine.
Yeah, but it was.
Okay.
They were
not
like,
a coin
I
star.
think you meant like a coin star thing.
No, like the ones that are useless after one round. But like $5, and then you have the little paper sacks of it.
We just did it by hand. It's so useless.
Very acreage of you.
Back in your day,
it was so useless. And my dad like had an okay job and stuff, but he just all the pennies were pinched by that man. This family is very different, and it kind of does show you just how useless pennies are. But they said a California family was looking in their house in this neighborhood right outside of Los Angeles, and they had a crawl space area. A lot of houses have like secret areas or crawl spaces. You got a secret area in your house anywhere, John?
I have a crawl space.
You got a crawl space? Anything in there cool? Or
there was a family of possums.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
I got rid of them.
I like
kind of gross. Yeah,
Do you have any secret rooms in your house?
Not that I am aware of. I
There
mean,
could
my
be
house
one.
is very much like a maze. I feel like the whole place is a secret room. Anytime someone new comes by, they are guaranteed to get lost on their way to the bathroom.
It's a very non-traditional layout. Like
It's Florida.
Yeah, you could
like,
tell
from back in the day.
and you could tell it's custom. Like somebody was like, "Here's the way I want this," and then
Which
they
seems
made it that way.
crazy.
Do you have an attic?
I do, and
I've never been up in
someone,
my attic.
someone
I'm not going
come
up
by,
there ever
AC
again.
guy had come by to like check something. Maybe it was an inspection, and I like as soon as he was up there, I was like, "Anything cool?"
Yeah.
And I didn't want to engage in that conversation, so I said, "You need water? I'm going to go outside."
Yeah, I look up there and I'm like, I ain't going up there. I don't care if there's $1 million up there. I'll never find it. I'm not going to the attic. It's miserable. We used to, at my parents' house in the acreage, we had the most dangerous attic ever. Maybe they're all like this. I don't know. Sue me. I've only been in one attic, all right? And I never want to go in another one. I used to have to go up and get the Christmas decorations up there. And you pull the ladder down, right? And go up into the 1,000,000-degree attic, even that time of year. And if you had to, like, hunch down when you were there because you couldn't stand up straight.
And then you had to step on a particular spot or you're going through the roof.
If you step in the wrong spot, you're coming right down through the roof.
And then if you touch anything,
you are.
Then you are riddled with fiberglass.
Yes, you've got that to avoid too. And in my case, and maybe in every case, if you put your head up too fast, there was nails coming through the roof, like where all the tiles and stuff were. So many a time I would like reach up real fast and forget that the roof was there, and just my head would get stuck in a whole thing of nails.
Ew.
That's why I don't like that. I'm not going there. But they did.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
It's been a tough time.
It explains a lot.
They found this in a crawl space way back in the basement of their home last year while they were cleaning out the home. It once belonged to John's father-in-law, John Ray's, the guy who owns the house. His father-in-law's name? Fritz.
Oh,
strangely enough.
Yeah.
The home was built in the early 1900s, and they believe it was once a bed and breakfast. And so they went through the house, and when they were in there, they found 1 million copper pennies in this house. And that's how lame pennies are. Even if you have 1 million of them, it's not that fantastic.
Yeah, how much money? What is that?
1 million?
Like
$10,000?
Yeah.
I think.
That's nice.
I mean, it's not bad. Did you
see the picture of it?
Yeah, hold on, let me bring this up. But
How did that not cave the roof in?
If you have it right there, can you just send it to me in the group text? Because now, where do you take this? Can you just go to Wells Fargo and go, I've got 1 million pennies?
Actually, I think you can.
You can?
I think
they're not going to be happy with you.
Yeah, and what if they tell you got to roll all of these up?
I think generally they'd prefer if you roll them, but I'm pretty sure you can just take your coins to the bank.
Right.
You've had those moments where someone has given a ridiculous fine, and they'll come over with a truck of pennies and paying that. And
right.
They do have to accept it because it's legal tender.
Yes. Yeah, they have to.
The worst.
But it's a gigantic pain in the ass for anybody who is involved in this.
It looks like at least the boxes on the right, they have been accounted for.
Yeah, oh my God, there's so many. Look at this. All right, here's the story. Hang on. Let me get the
Their
article.
late father's home in the Pico Union neighborhood made a once-in-a-lifetime
There's bags
discovery.
on bags.
They found about 1 million pennies in a crawl space.
The bags say Bank of America on them. It almost looks like they stole these.
I'm very curious because pennies, there's now particular ones from certain years or what's like stamped on them that are worth a lot of money.
And if you got a million, the odds that one of them would be one of these really valuable ones.
But it would be a son of a bitch if not one of them was
My
worth
And these
more than a penny.
these are actual copper.
I think so.
I think that makes them more valuable.
Yeah, it says 1 million copper pennies. Let's see if they talk about the value.
Figuring out how much that find is worth is not as easy as simply counting them.
Stupid penny.
So these are actually locked up bags that have not been opened. These are just a few of the bags of the hoard of pennies, John.
Well, this can't be true. Noble Roman on Twitch, this cannot be true.
What?
He says, how much is a copper penny worth now? The 1943 S copper penny is a production of the San Francisco Mint. It's worth $1 million.
Yeah. In 2010, 1943 penny sold for $1.7 million.
So I would have to go through those and look for one of those.
All million of them.
Other rare pennies have been sold for thousands of dollars. Factoring in these considerations, well, it's probably in the story, but the family has put up the whole stack for
a certain amount of money?
On offer up.
Oh, man. Oh, is that where they put it?
On offer up. For how much money?
Oh, million pennies?
Ooh.
1 million pennies.
Do they give a discount because it's a pain in the ass to deal with? Maybe.
Nope.
No, they don't? Ooh.
100,000.
Wow.
Okay, that was too much.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was a lot.
12 grand.
$25,000.
25,000. No,
and
keep your
no
pennies.
one's gonna buy it.
Keep your pennies. I don't want them.
And his family found inside his wife's father's home. In their estimation, they have about 1 million pennies.
These have literally been untouched for decades, and I think that's the super unique part about it.
This photo shows just what we're talking about. The pennies were discovered.
Look at this box. Okay, there's a box over here. The box is about the size of like a bag of concrete, and it's full of pennies, and it says $50.
It's probably so heavy, too.
It's probably so heavy. It's so much copper. And it's a gigantic box that's bigger than any cereal box you could ever think of. And all that's in it is $50 worth of pennies.
When the family was cleaning the home. When we were finally almost done, there was a certain part of the home, a crawl space that had been untouched. And when we were finally thinking we were close to being done, we started moving things, and all of a sudden, we came across some rolls of pennies. They think their father, a German immigrant, hoarded the pennies.
How long is this? They did a 3-minute story about this?
Just over 2 minutes. But yeah, they rolled camera on all the big bags that they have and all the pennies.
Well,
and
good luck, sir.
Now they want some monies for their monies. But that sounds like more of a problem.
I know what I'm getting you for Christmas.
Oh.
1,000,000 pennies.
1,000,000 pennies. It didn't take up as much room as I thought it would, but God almighty. I could see the bank trying to make it more difficult for you because they don't want these stupid pennies. They don't want to deal with this.
But boy, if you find one of those 1943 ones,
then you're in the money. Then that's
$1.7 million.
And those are old too. So the chance that maybe one it could be that one is in there somewhere.
I found this at an estate sale. Remember a couple years ago that there was across the street from me in my old house.
Yeah.
There was a homeless man. Well, I guess he technically had a home, but his aunt had died.
Right.
And so he allowed all of his homeless friends to hang out in there until the bank found out about it.
Okay.
Cool. So there was an estate sale. The place was in complete disarray. It was disgusting. But I went and bought a bunch of stuff because I have no self-control.
What did you get? Anything good that you have to this day?
Was this alarm clock, like old school, like 2 bells on the top. And behind it, ingrained are old dimes.
Yeah.
And so I had shown like Fritz speak of the devil, and he's like, let's look that up. Let's see if we can find the dates because the dimes inside could be worth something.
Right. You just break the whole thing and just take the dimes out.
That's the thing. So we couldn't figure out what the year was because it needs some shining, and I didn't want to break the clock. So
you just left it in there?
I could be sitting on millions of dollars right now.
But everybody should put themselves in that position. Could be. There's a good position to be in. You go, look, if all hell breaks loose, I got that. I got, have 4 or 5 things.
Yeah, zombies will definitely not kill me if I give them an alarm clock.
There might still be some kind of market for this stuff. Who knows?
No, once I die, if someone else has to go through it.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll get to your dispatches. And we got a Disney worker who finds himself in trouble. What'd this guy do? Wait till you hear this. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
We know you're spending some of your work time on Facebook. Like our page at Real Radio 1041. And we'll keep your secret. Real Radio 1041 on Facebook. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Hey, what's happening? I hope you are having a safe and great start to your week on this Monday. And right now on the major highways and roads of Orlando, a few things are happening, causing delays. The first, all lanes are still closed north and southbound on Kirkman Road between McLeod Road and Metro West Boulevard, as well as US 192 westbound at Old Lake Wilson Road. All lanes are closed there due to an incident, and of course your usual delay east and westbound on I-4 approaching State Road 535. Our Safe Touch Security traffic tip line number is 866-676-8477. I'm Brian Black.
This report is sponsored by Bet Online.
BetOnline.net, your number one source for championship finals info, stats, news, and scores. The latest odds, lines, and matchup reports for the pro basketball finals and hockey championship. Plus insider sports wagering, including baseball, cage fighting, and boxing. BetOnline, where the game starts.
All right, folks, my friends at Maxine's on Shine are here to make your week even better with Maxine's Monday Mind Boggler. A big congrats to last week's winner, Roshana. And the first person answered this riddle correctly wins a $25 gift card to Maxine's on Shine. Here is your riddle. What has keys but can't open locks? It has space but has no room. You can enter, but you can't go outside. What is it? Has keys but can't open locks. Has space but has no room. You can enter, but you can't go outside. If you know the answer, email me, Sabrina@realradio.fm. And the first person to answer correctly, $25 to Maxine's. If you don't win today's riddle, don't you worry. You got a shot every single week. Plus, you're going to feel like a winner every time you visit Maxine's on Shine. Voted Best Downtown Orlando Restaurant 2 years in a row. Diverse, comfortable, and delicious with a splash of sexiness. So for more information on location and reservations with my full-hearted recommendation, go to Maxine'sOnShine.com.
With the Autio app riding shotgun, every road trip is an adventure.
Autio is my traveling companion. It's educational, entertaining, funny. It makes the drive come to life.
The Autio app automatically plays you stories about the natural wonders, local legends, and fascinating histories outside your car window, with over 10,000 unique stories from coast to coast.
I've learned more about my hometown from the Autio app than I did growing up here.
Autio, the perfect companion for your next road trip. Learn more at autio.com.
Fence Outlet customer Amy said,
"We had a fire on our property and needed to replace our fence quickly. We have grandchildren and pets, and we were concerned for their safety. A friend recommended Fence Outlet. We scheduled a free quote, and they had her privacy and safety restored quickly."
Visit fenceoutlet.com today. License number C10252 and C10803.
Summer's heating things up, outside and on the grill. Whether you're smoking a brisket or grilling up veggies, Kingsford Original Charcoal delivers the consistent performance and smoky wood-fired flavor barbecuers crave. Kingsford Original lights faster and has a long burn time, giving you the ultimate grilling experience. So grab a bag of Kingsford Original Charcoal. Kingsford.com. Kingsford Original Charcoal lights faster and delivers consistent performance compared to nationally available charcoal in the USA.
At Fifth Third Bank, we give you free checking, never have hidden fees, and help protect your identity.
Oh, really?
Yep. See, our name equals 166.7%, so we put in that much effort.
Well, my name's Jim, so I guess I'm headed to the gym, and I'm gonna put in 166.7% effort too.
Aw, I'm proud of you.
No one's ever been proud of me.
This is banking a Fifth Third better. Fifth Third Bank, National Association member FDIC.
If you're hiring, it can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. In fact, ZipRecruiter has helped a lot of business owners find their needle in a haystack, like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers. Because Telly Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who've used ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
Have you noticed that solar panels are popping up everywhere? You never know who's going to have solar next. And here's a thought, it could be you. Utility rates keep going up, and now is a great time to save big with Solar Source. Solar Source has been getting the job done in Central Florida for almost 40 years, and right now, Monster fans get special access to their new AI-powered tool that can get you an estimate in 1 minute or less. Visit solarsource.com/monsters for an instant quote.
I'm Mark Anajar. I'm Glenn Levine. I'm Ellie Anajar. Together, we're Anajar and Levine. If you've been hurt in a car crash, we'll fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve.
Call Anajar and Levine for your free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. In office Orlando.
When it comes to $1 small Slurpee drinks at 7-Eleven, no one's doing it like you. You're inventing new flavor combos, throwing caution to the wind. You're a frozen fizz whiz, a pina colada prodigy. You mix cherry and blue raspberry like a pro. Only you know the perfect ratio. Just when they think you're done, you add a splash of summertime citrus, just because you can. And because your small Slurpee drink masterpiece is just $1 at 7-Eleven. Slurpee, anything flows. Expires 12/31/2023 plus tax. Visit store for details.
Hey, Magic fans, when you're heading out to the Amway Center or anytime you're away from your business, commercial, or residential property, or you have a special event and you want to be sure that you're well protected, contact American Protection Services and Investigations, proud partner of the Orlando Magic. For a full list of our security services, dial 833-4-APSI. Over 30 years in the business, your safety is our top priority because your business is our business.
Wells Fargo gives you access to direct deposit funds up to 2 days early.
Plus, if you look at the X and Y axes...
What if everything came 2 days early?
Well,
Like the weekend.
well, That was a pleasant surprise.
You can't get everything early, but when it comes to direct deposits, you can with Wells Fargo.
Visit wellsfargo.com/get-early to learn more. Terms and conditions apply. Not all direct deposits are eligible. Early availability is not guaranteed and may vary between deposits from the same payer. Wells Fargo Bank N.A., member FDIC.
Hi, I'm Joel Osteen. I've learned that you'll never meet the right people unless you get rid of the wrong people. Life is too short to hang around people that are pulling you down, draining your energy, keeping you from your best. I have a podcast where I talk about choosing the right people, having great relationships, so you can become all you were created to be. It's inspiring and encouraging. I think you'll enjoy it. Listen to the Joel Osteen podcast on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you listen to podcasts.
If you suffered an injury at a place of business, dial Pound Law. That's all. Morgan & Morgan.
Is a big, giant nope for me. And I saw this in the New York Times, and I was like, it's one of those things that people don't think about a lot, but there's a whole story in the New York Times about, it says, the relentless noisiness of daily life is more than annoying. It can have lasting effects on your body. Noise is an under-recognized health threat that increases the risk of hypertension, stroke, and heart attack. So it's like, noise in your neighborhood and stuff can cause you stress.
Oh, boy.
And they have one house that they used as an example, and it's in Bankers Hill, San Diego. And I'll bet this house is, like, still super expensive. But they put a dB meter on this house. And tell me if you would live here, all right? This is what it sounds like in this neighborhood. Brace yourself, everybody, all right? I'm going to turn the volume down a little bit here, okay? This is outside this house, all right? And, hold on. Why is the audio not on? Why?
Turn it down a little bit too low. I'm no audio expert.
I brought it all the way down. It's not, let me try to get the audio going on this. Hang on, give me just a moment. But probably like that, but a whole hell of a lot louder. Why is this video not working
It's
anymore?
too loud for the internet.
No, yeah, it doesn't work. So in this video, you see this house.
I saw how close that plane is.
It's right overhead.
It's like right in the path of an airport.
How has that not rattled the foundation of that home?
Oh, my God, it must. And it gets up to 85 decibels when a plane goes over this house and into the airport.
Let's go to the chart.
85 decibels is loud as hell. And maybe they were so worried about us being stressed out, they took the audio out of the video.
Well, thank you, Nick.
I wanted to be stressed.
Of Bankers Hill. Let me see if I can find another video of this. But, yeah, I mean, I always imagine this. Like, when you're looking for a house, the idea that's in a quiet neighborhood is so important. I really think so.
All right, so I would think reliable source, Yale University.
Okay.
But it says 85 decibels is city traffic.
Yeah, that's pretty loud right outside your house.
Yeah, but if you live in a city, then what's the BD?
Well, they're all stressed all the time.
Here's another house in Bankers Hill. It says, could you get used to this?
That's pretty loud.
Not only is it pretty loud, but do I want airplanes skimming my house all day?
Now, was that taken into consideration when you paid a very, very inexpensive price for that giant home?
If you were smart, if you were selling this place, you would wait until there was some sort of grounding at the airport.
They have to tell you.
And you go, hey, look, isn't it beautiful here? And
it used to happen. I lived in a place in which I always had planes. I lived right by the executive airport for many years. And then right next to a graveyard.
Right.
And that was, I mean, it would rattle you, but you eventually get used to it.
Well, I got used to living downtown, the trains would come by.
That would rattle your windows.
Oh, yeah. You could feel it. And that took a little while, but then all of a sudden you're like, I can sleep through that.
I had an apartment right up against the train tracks, like on North Orange Avenue, and every night when the train would go by, it would wake me up for like 6 months.
And it's not just the sound. It's like,
the whole apartment shakes.
Everything starts rattling around, and you go, oh, my God, why would you ever want to deal with this? But Still probably $1 million house, right? Like, still probably ridiculous.
If you look on the map at where Bankers Hill is, the airport is like right next to it.
Man, it's wild that they would build stuff there. Like, I'm talking about, it's I've seen similar scenes to this. There's a place where it's a beach, and when the planes come in to land at the airport, the planes are like,
they start whipping you around. There was one girl who was like selfie style, and she's like, "Here comes the planes," and she was literally thrown onto her face because of how much turbulence, and well, not turbulence, but like
just the air,
the jet engine winds,
and it's loud, and
the sand,
and I just could never get used to that. I'm all for this, though. By the way, this is something that they've been doing, I guess, and they said join the military.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
Become a U.S. citizen, and they're talking about this plan that they have in place now.
I thought they've had that plan.
They haven't had it like this because there's recruitment issues in the U.S. military right now that are pretty bad. And what they're saying is that if you are somebody who wants to immigrate to the United States and you want to join the U.S. military, then we'll make you a citizen if you serve the U.S. military and go through all of that stuff. Here's the example they give. When Ismita Spoods-Bidari was a
nailed it.
I was like, girl, what are you saying, Sean?
Is he having a stroke over there? Ismita Spoods-Bidari was a young girl in Nepal. She dreamed of being in the military, but that wasn't a real option in her country. Last week, she raised her right hand and took the oath to join the U.S. Army Reserves, thanks in part to a recruiter in Dallas who is also Nepalese and reached out to her through an online group.
I'm sorry, dude. I'm no hate on her because there was clearly a calling there. But could you imagine any little kid, boy or girl, non-conforming, that dreams of being in the military
of a country that they didn't grow up in? That's a even weirder part.
I thought you meant of their own military, and they're like, well, if I can't get it here, then I went to the U.S.
No, she said she didn't even think about this, but she wants to be a U.S. citizen, so she's like, I'll go into the reserves to be a U.S. citizen. It says Badari, who heads to basic training in August, is just the latest in a growing number of legal migrants enlisting in the U.S. military as it more aggressively seeks out immigrants, offering a fast track to citizenship for those who sign up. Struggling to overcome recruiting shortfalls, the Army and the Air Force have bolstered their marketing to entice legal residents to enlist, putting out pamphlets, working social media, and broadening their outreach, et cetera, et cetera. So especially during times of war, I would think that if you wanted to join the U.S. military and you wanted to migrate to this country, hell yeah. Get out
Guess
there.
where they're going to put you.
We can't find enough Americans to do this.
Dangerous part.
You might be Operation Human Shield for all I know. But they're going to need more people since they have such recruiting issues. And right now, it's a really weird time for the military. Traditionally, if you look at things from a political angle here, traditionally the left in the American political world has been anti-war and has been not as strongly in support of the U.S. military as people who are on the right side.
Statement.
I think it's accurate, so I stand by it. People on the right are more about patriotism, I think, than people who are on
Except January 6th.
Yeah, whatever. In this case,
I stand by it.
You've got people on the left who are against the military and against military interventions, and now people on the right think the military is woke, so they don't really like the military anymore.
Why? Because they put a rainbow flag one time?
Because they had all these recruitment videos and stuff, and they got obsessed with chasing after these things everywhere, and they found that the U.S. military has done some social justice stuff, right? But now you're getting it from both sides. You're getting it from
bisexual,
the left side, and you're getting it from the right side. And so with both of those parties seemingly not really, really close to the U.S. military, it's tough to recruit people. It's tough to get people in there. They had a big boom in the 70s, 80s, 90s, and it was no problem, I think, for a lot of that time recruiting people for the U.S. military, but I guess that's changed. Brothers. Yeah, it says, the shortfalls have led to a wide range of new recruiting programs, ad campaigns, and other incentives to help services compete with often higher-paying, less risky jobs in the private sector. So they're saying that there's some plans in place to make it so you get a clear path to citizenship if you do that. And if we have stuff like that, it sounds better to me than just people pouring over the border and stuff that's not really.
Try to play that 5 minutes ago when you said Big
Still
Joan.
struggling over there.
It's Roadster.
Real quick before we take a break, I've seen now 2 stories like this year, so I'm officially worried. They said a man in Missouri has died of a flesh-eating bacteria that came from eating raw oysters.
Oh, boy.
A 54-year-old Missouri man who bought raw oysters at a local store has died after being infected with a flesh-eating bacteria. This is something that happened to somebody else in, I think, Florida, either earlier this year or maybe late last year. There was an issue with this.
Very interesting to me that they can pinpoint, someone who has passed away at 54 years old.
Yep.
Immediately know that it's the oysters that did him over, but then don't go backtracking to the place that provided him the oysters.
They do. They usually do find the
if
place.
it killed him, then it's going to kill thousands of other people,
right?
Is it not?
Yeah, they try to backtrack it to make sure nobody else is sick from going to that same place. And I got to tell you, I hope these people aren't listening, but went to this food truck thing this weekend. There's like this tea place that Courtney and I liked and some other place. We were thinking about what we were going to get. And I'm looking at all the booths. Okay, here's a smash burger place, right? Here's the chicken and waffles place. There was a hot wings food truck, which I hadn't really seen before. And then there was somebody who just had like a little cart set up with a cooler, and they were selling oysters. And I was like, I don't know about this.
I think I know who you're talking about.
I mean, I'm sure it's good. Like, I'm sure it's above board and everything. But I'm looking around, I'm like, we're outside. It's hot as hell today.
Traditionally, you wouldn't think of eating oysters in a parking lot.
No. Something about that seemed a little strange to me. And for this person, did them in. It was the way they died. When we come back, final dispatches, stories that didn't make the cut. And today we're going to wrap everything up for a Monday. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
You can call me Puzzle Master.
Definitely not going to do that.
How about Big Daddy?
The Jim Colbert Show. Weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro with a look at your Central Florida forecast. Afternoon highs today will be reaching the low to mid 90s. A hot and humid day with feels like temperatures soaring to the triple digits. Make sure you're staying hydrated and taking breaks inside the AC this afternoon. There is a 20% chance for a few isolated showers, mainly after 5 p.m. And we are hot and humid yet again for your Tuesday. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro.
This report is sponsored by Marco's Pizza. When pizza's this good, there's no such thing as leftovers. Well, unless you order extras for leftovers. Order today at Marcos.com and load up on favorites like the Pepperoni Magnifico. Marco's. Pizza lovers get it.
For more information about contests on this station, go to realradio.fm/rules.
Slowed down, held back, inhibited. What you get out depends on what you put in. Rejuvenate your engine's performance with Shell V-Power Nitro Plus Premium Gasoline, because true performance knows no bounds. New and improved Shell V-Power Nitro Plus removes up to 100% of performance-robbing deposits to rejuvenate your engine's performance. Continuous use in gasoline direct injection engine fuel injectors.
The IRS has just received $80 billion in funding to hire additional agents for aggressive collections enforcement. If you owe the IRS, now is the time to take action before the IRS comes after you or your business. There is no time to waste. Call J. David Tax Law, a firm right here in Orlando, for a no-cost consultation at 407-603-3962. That's 407-603-3962. Or visit jdavidtaxlaw.com. Peace of mind is only a click or phone call away.
Attention, wizards of all ages. To celebrate the anniversary of the World of Wizardry coming to the Orlando Hard Rock Cafe at Universal City Walk, they proudly present Swish and Flick Trivia. Orlando's own Curtis Earth invites all houses to compete for prizes during an evening of magical free trivia Sunday, June 18th. Get all the details and RSVP now at hardrockcafe.com/location/Orlando.
If you're hiring, it can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. In fact, ZipRecruiter has helped a lot of business owners find their needle in a haystack, like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers. Because Telly Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who've used ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
Look, some choices in life are complicated. Others, thankfully, are much simpler. Like choosing Truist One Checking. There are no overdraft fees, lots of practical perks, and when your life evolves and account balances grow, we'll upgrade your perks automatically. Truist One Checking. One simple choice. Truist Bank. Member FDIC.
If you're a pro painter, do you know how much you're paying per gallon for paint? Paint stores try to convince you that you're getting a good deal with deep discounts. But what they don't tell you is their starting price is too high to begin with. If you buy paint from the Home Depot, you're getting the lowest price per gallon on Behr paint, guaranteed. We offer everyday low prices on every gallon of top-rated Behr paints, stains, and primers. Plus, pros earn discounts through our Pro Extra Paint Rewards program. That's the value of the Home Depot. How doers get more done. U.S. only. See store for details.
Tobacco-Free Florida knows how hard it is to quit nicotine, which is why we offer different quit options to choose from for free, like 24/7 quit coaches available over the phone, and free 2-week starter kits of quit aids. We're even experimenting with 80s pop music.
I'm giving you up, giving you up, giving you up. I'm letting you go, I'm letting you never come back to smoke. I'll never come back to smoke. I'll never come back. I'm giving you up.
Or maybe we'll just stick to the ways we know work. Visit tobaccofreeflorida.com or call 1-877-YOU-CAN-NOW for free nicotine patches.
There's nothing like holding a freshly grilled Jersey Mike's cheesesteak. It's even better than holding a winning $1 million lottery ticket. For starters, Uncle Sam takes half. Then you buy some useless stuff, like a tiny suit of armor for your cat. And before you know it, your sister's cousins and Uncle Frankie come knocking on your door for handouts. Bing, bang, boom, you're back to zero. So if you want to play a winning number, order a number 17 Mike's Famous Philly. Freshly grilled right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing, a sub above.
If it's a day that ends in Y, you're probably stuck in Florida traffic. So turn that AC up one more notch, aim the vents toward your face, and think of a better place, like the cool, colorful produce section in your favorite grocery store. Why? Because that's where all the cool, colorful, fresh from Florida produce is. Produce just tastes better when it's grown closer to home. And when you buy fresh from Florida, you're supporting local farmers and jobs in our communities. So after you're done being stopped in traffic, pick up some fresh from Florida on your way home.
Grab your shades, your flip-flops, and your free iHeartRadio app for summer 2023. No matter where you go this summer, your favorite radio station, the music you love, and the best podcasts in the world will be along for the adventure. Download the free iHeartRadio app today.
Just a reminder for this and every 4th of July that the rocket's red glare and the bombs bursting in air are brought to backyards across America by Phantom Fireworks. Visit fireworks.com for specials, coupons, and a location near you.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Radio. Radio. 104.1.
Dispatches, stories that didn't make the cut, and today we're going to wrap everything up for a Monday. And before we get into a couple final dispatches, I'll tell you, this week I got my hair cut. God, it was a mess. I had to go get a haircut so bad. And I must have broken some sort of record. I got from here, Josh, from my house to the haircut place, checked in, sat in the chair, got my haircut, got back in my car afterwards, drove back to my house, and got on the couch in 12 minutes. 12 minutes.
That's impressive.
It's the fastest turnaround. This lady, I think she double booked somebody or something, and she's just like, like Edward Scissorhands.
Did a good job.
She did an okay job. I just wanted fast.
I'm just picturing you getting it buzzed completely in like 5 minutes.
It was so fast. She's like spinning the chair around double speed, and
I haven't gotten my hair cut in so long.
Oh yeah,
because I go to the same gal, Hair Maiden, and it's just time keeps flying by.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to Bonnaroo this week.
Oh, you're gonna get it done for Bonnaroo?
No, I don't
No.
have time to do it.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking I'll just take some mushrooms and have some stranger do it.
Yeah, that seems like something somebody would do.
So
at
I'm
Bonnaroo.
going to come back with a buzz cut for sure.
That's going to be an experience you will not forget. I know that.
Interestingly enough, though, Radio Michael 7, who I'm going with, just texted me, and Bonnaroo just announced they have this fascinating, a nonprofit called Be the Place that will be giving out Narcan packs.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Cool.
So like,
just to everybody?
No, like you go up, you get the quick instructions on it.
Yeah.
And then they give you the pack so that if you see anybody
ODing out there,
then you know how to do it and you'll have it on you.
I would just be on edge the whole time, just holding
ready
it
to go.
like
I'm
a
gonna
spear.
Narcan everybody.
Just a spear in my hand.
Some guy's just taking a nap, and you're like, I'm coming.
You jump on
It's
top
like,
of
it's
him.
not supposed to be in your forehead.
All right, everything made the cut today. Oh no, I mentioned this. Let me pay it off.
All right, never mind.
The former Disney worker who was accused of taking upskirt videos for years and years and years. He had like 500 of these videos on his phone.
Poor Minnie.
And he admitted to all of it. He was out on bond. He got arrested again at a Publix for video voyeurism again. The guy was at a Publix location in Kissimmee, and he was doing the same damn thing that they said he was doing at McDonald's. Not McDonald's, Disney, excuse
Don't bring
me.
McDonald's in there.
I'll keep them out of this. All right, let's get the hell out of the way. Let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ.
McDonald's.
So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
Thank you so much, Slick.
Oh, yes, thanks to
DJ
Slick.
Livewire.
Oh, my God. I meant to talk to him in the last segment. We could have talked to him about the military thing and all this stuff.
He's a good
Slick,
man. He
yeah.
has been hustling a lot, and
He is.
he had our back while Celine was on his vacation.
My man is putting in like insane hours right now, waking up for the morning show and then helping us out. He's the best.
We
So
love you, buddy.
we love Slick. And thanks to Josh for hanging out with us.
Thanks, Josh.
Not as cool as Slick.
No.
Second best, but just real. It was very
It's
close.
okay.
Honestly. Okay, today on this show right here.
That is Game of Thrones.
That is right, Game of Thrones. Actress Emilia Clarke from Game of Thrones. She's the dragon lady, in case you're wondering. She has survived not one, but 2 brain aneurysms. And she put together a fundraiser using all of her celebrity friends to help draw attention to this, an organization that helps people out who are rehabbing after having a brain injury, which is a great thing to do. To learn Lonnie Johnson. You don't know him, but you know the thing he invented. In fact, I bet you played with one before. Lonnie Johnson is the man who invented the Super Soaker.
Oh.
And Hasbro
Lonnie
tried...
Johnson, Super Soaker, got it.
They tried to not pay Lonnie Johnson any of the monies for inventing the Super Soaker. So Lonnie Johnson said, I'm going to sue you. He was awarded $72 million in his lawsuit against Hasbro.
Good for Lonnie.
Taylor in this show right here.
Gilligan's Island.
That's right, Gilligan's Island. Even though it's a legendary TV show, Gilligan's Island was canceled in its last season because of its low ratings at the time. It started out incredibly popular.
Not one episode have I seen.
You never seen one? I've seen.
No, why?
It used to be on Nick at Night. They would play
I
the
remember
old
that.
shows on Nick at Night. They play Mr. Ed and Gilligan's Island and all of those. So
It was really cool.
it's a pretty cool time, if you
Me and
ask
my
me.
boys, we couldn't wait to sit down for some Mr. Ed and Gilligan's Island.
Today on this band.
You are having a safe and great start to your week on this Monday, and right now on the major highways and roads of Orlando, a few things are happening, causing delays. The first, all lanes are still closed north and southbound on Kirkman Road between McLeod Road and Metro West Boulevard.